Back inside Thunder Alley as we get you set for this big matchup tonight between the Vermillion Tanagers and the T-Area Lady Titans. It's doubleheader matchup tonight between both teams. And like we said, we have a big matchup with the DAC 12 in Region 4 and the implications not only this one will have moving forward here in the next couple of weeks, but of course later on this season and when we get into region playoff play. Should be very exciting. All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups for both the T-Area Titans and the Vermillion Tanagers. First up for the T-Area Lady Titans, it'll be number 1, Kendra McKinney, the 5'5" sophomore guard. Number 4, Olivia Ritter, the 5'9" senior guard, who does come into the game averaging just over 18 points. Also number 5, Grace Stansberry, the 5'4" junior guard. Number 22, Stella Peterson, the 5'7" sophomore guard. And number 23, Katie Vasica, the 6'1" freshman guard, who's averaging just over 17 points a contest. For the Vermillion Tanagers, it is not the usual starting 5 that they have had up the past few games. They go back to the starting lineup that they used last Wednesday against Sioux Valley. This will be their starting lineup tonight. It'll be number 1, Casey Hansen, the 5'8" 8th grade guard. Number 5, Shandy Ludwig, the 5'3" senior guard. Number 15, Leah Herbster, the 6-foot sophomore center. Number 20, Lexi Plitzowite, the 5'9" senior guard. And number 25, Chandler Cleveland, the 5'9" freshman forward for the Vermillion Tanagers. We mentioned it so much when you look at how similar these two teams are. T-Area Lady Titans 3-1 on their season, 1-0 inside Region 4, 1-0 inside the DAC 12 for the Vermillion Tanagers. They're 4-1. 1-0 in Region 4, 2-0 in the DAC 12. And then you look at the starting lineups, both teams only support one senior on the starting lineup. Otherwise, a lot of younger girls that are going to step up. And as we've mentioned, for both the T-Area Lady Titans and for the Vermillion Tanagers, they will both go deep into their bench tonight. And that is going to be kind of the vocal point or the main factor that could determine who wins this game, is how much production we see off the bench from both teams. And when you just look at the stats right away, you would point to the Vermillion Tanagers that they have kind of the better factor in that. When you look at players like Brooke Jensen, who was the leading scorer off the bench last Wednesday against Sioux Valley, she averaged just over 16, or she scored 16 points in that game. Otherwise, you talk about a few big seniors as well. That includes with Kenzie Mulheron, who is a junior, and then Lily Johnson, who mentioned that senior coming off the bench, and how big Vermillion can go to that bench and have that experience. Kenzie Mulheron and Lily Johnson began this season as starters. So definitely kind of you look at that factor, and it seems like Vermillion might have the slight edge, but you never know. It is a nice crowd inside Thunder Alley as both teams take the court. Vermillion in their all-red uniforms, numbers and letters that are in white. The T-Area Lady Titans in their home uniforms, all white with the numbers and letters that are in navy blue with a blue and gold stripe that runs down the side of their jersey and down through the pants. Leah Herbster along with Katie Vasica meet at the T logo. It is won by Leah Herbster as she dives the ground to pick it up, and Vermillion will start with it first along the far wing with Casey Hansen. They kick it to the top with Plitzowite. Plitzowite drives in the lane, now kicks it back out. Jumper for Casey Hansen, misses everything, and it falls into the tall arms of Katie Vasica. She quickly moves to the court, then loses it from behind as Lexi Plitzowite strips away. Plitzowite up quickly to Hansen. She throws it off the side of the backboard and misses the shot completely, and T moves back into the front court quickly. It's back and forth action within the first 30 seconds. And now T throws it away, and this one is going to go out of bounds, and it will be Vermillion basketball. 2 bad shots for Vermillion. 0 shots have been attempted for the T-Area Titans. We remain scoreless, 0-0. 40 seconds into the ball game. Lexi Plitzowite will have it with a right-handed dribble, drive quickly down to the low block near side, but loses the dribble off of her right foot and out of bounds. Both teams trying to make something happen quickly. Neither one has slowed it down, but that is the up-tempo that both teams can play. Katie Vasika behind the back dribble, now kicks it over to her teammate, three-pointer for Peterson. This one's off the mark and rebounded by Cleveland. Cleveland will hand it to Ludwig, as Ludwig will bring it across the 10-second line. Bounce pass over to Lexi Plitzwhite, over to the near corner with Cleveland. Now underneath to Hansen, turnaround jumper for her. Finally, Casey Hansen has taken all 3 shots for the Tanagers. She gets her first 2 points, and Vermillion has a lead, 2-0, 6:41, first quarter. Here come the Titans into the front court with McKinney. McKinney's now going to drive down a low block, put up her shot. Shania Cleveland put up both arms, partially blocked it, and it goes out of bounds along the baseline. It will stay with the Titans after the block shot. Along the baseline will be Olivia Ritter, the first time that we have mentioned the senior name. She chucks it deep into Vasika. Vasika will now work it around the court over to the far corner with Peterson. Peterson drives to the elbow, can't find any space, and will now pass it over to Olivia Ritter. Ritter drives in, puts up the shot, not going to fall, but she draws contact with Casey Hansen, and a foul will be called. First foul on the Vermillion Tanagers. Or excuse me, no, it's just out of bounds. I'm sorry, just out of bounds, so no foul called. It still remains 2-0, 6-17. Three-pointer now from Olivia Ritter. This one rims in and out and rebounded by Cleveland. Cleveland to Plitzwhite with the Tanagers into the front court. It's to Ludwig. Quick three from her. This misses everything, and Vasika will pick up the loose basketball. She quickly storms into the front court. They work it now back to the far corner. Olivia Ritter wants a screen. She gets it against Hansen. Still Ritter now trying to get it underneath, but Plitzwhite there is to knock it away, and now a jump ball is going to be called. Possession arrow with Vermillion. 5:52 first quarter. Already 2:08 has escaped us. It's just a 2-0 lead for the Vermillion Tanagers. Again, Vermillion 4-1 on the season. T area 3-1. T just slightly ahead in seed points inside the region. Plitzwhite is going to drive and draws the foul. And it'll be the first foul of the basketball game that is called. Go against the T area Titans, and they tag it on Stella Peterson. So Vermillion will have it underneath the hoop with Plitzwhite. Plitzwhite receives the basketball. She'll chuck it deep to Herbster. Herbster works it back to Plitzwhite along the free throw line, extended. Back to Hansen, now into the lane with Peterson, and to Leah Herbster, and a travel is called with Vasika on the defense. So again, the lone 2 points from Casey Hansen is all that we've seen in this ball game, as the Titans will come into the front court. They work it to the near side with Peterson. Back out to Olivia Ritter. Guarded closely by Casey Hansen, working the man-on-man defense. Now underneath, and this one's going to be a pass right to Lexi Plitzwhite. Plitzwhite will now go quickly the opposite direction. The free throw line, puts up the jumper, misses. Leah Herbster, though, the offensive rebound, she goes immediately back up, and a foul called. It's the second one against the T area Titans, and this foul goes against Katie Vasika. That will be her first personal, and it will send Leah Herbster to the free throw line. 5:13 first quarter. First free throw for Leah is nothing but nylon, as she gets her first points of the ball game. So 3-0, 5:13. A couple of substitutions are made as Stella Peterson will come out for the T area Titans. Second free throw. That one's knocked down by Herbster as she makes them both. It's a 4-0 game. Vermillion Tanagers with that lead. Quick three the opposite way from the Titans, and this one is good from Kendra McKinney, getting the first points for the T area Titans at the 3-minute mark into this first quarter. It's Ludwig who quickly storms into the front court, is going to draw contact on the newly checked in Cassidy Gores, and Cassidy picks up her first personal and the third team foul. 4-3, 1 point lead for the Vermillion Tanagers. Casey Hansen, the 8th grader, looking for someone to get it into. Struggling finally at the last second. Will get it in to Plitzwhite. Plitzwhite has it at the top of the key. Back to Hansen, who holds it belt high. Now into the block to Ludwig. And climbing the ladder is Olivia Ritter. And she slaps it into the student section behind the hoop. Great job by Olivia Ritter to come with the help defense and deny that shot from getting up whatsoever against Shandy Ludwig. Now the inbounds pass is going to go to the ground as a few girls dive for it, and it's going to be picked up by the Titans, and then a foul called as it's going to be Ludwig who comes over the top of Grace Stansberry. So Vermillion will pick up their first team foul as it will be tagged on Shandy Ludwig. Vermillion has yet to make a substitution as the Titans make their second one as Grace Stansberry checks out. 4-3, 4:35 first quarter. A drive from Olivia Ritter. She just throws up a wild shot, and a foul that will go against the Vermillion Tanagers. A little bit of a delayed foul there as Ritter put up the shot, then fell, and as she was on the ground, the whistle finally came. But again, a foul that will be called on Chandler Cleveland. That will be her first, the second team. Olivia Ritter heads to the free throw line and knocks down the first one, tying the ball game up at 4 apiece. Second one, right down the middle, 5-4. The Titans on a 5-0 run, and the past about minute as they take their first lead of the ball game. It's Plitzowite guarded closely against Olivia Ritter, and now Plitzowite is going to have a carry and another quick turnover. Brooke Jensen will come in for the first time tonight as now Vermillion's going to make a couple of substitutions. Regneris will also come in. Ludwig and Leah Herbster will both come out. So both teams have finally gone to their bench. Again, this is where things will get interesting, is how well can bench play be supporting, especially with Brooke Jensen. As we mentioned in our pregame show, she scored 16 off the bench last Wednesday, 6 days ago. Titans have in the front court, three-pointer. This one is off the mark, but an offensive rebound, and driving once again is Cassidy Gores. She misses, but gets back her own rebound. Oh, excuse me, that's Kendra McKinney who pulls down the rebound. To the low block, now a pass. Another missed shot. Olivia Ritter, another offensive rebound, and this time another missed shot, and it will finally falls into the hands of the Tanagers. 3 offensive rebounds, and the Titans come up scoreless on that offensive possession. 5-4, still a 1-point lead for the Lady Titans. Plitzowite has it in the front court, kicks over to Hansen, back to Jensen at the top of the key. Now over to Regneris, work it down to the low block near side to Plitzowite, bounce pass to Hansen, and Hansen quickly goes up with it and off the glass, and good for 2. Casey Hansen with 4 points in the ball game. Tanagers take back a 1-point lead. Now Vasika's going to drive all the way in, and a foul called as she had room to make a drive, and the Tanagers had nothing to do but foul her, and that will be Vermillion's third team foul, and the second one now called on Chandler Cleveland as the first free throw for Vasika is falling through true. 6-6, Cleveland will now come out along with Hansen. Mulherron will check in, and also Lily Johnson will come in for the first time tonight for the Vermillion Tanagers. We're tied 6 apiece, 3:23 first quarter. Second free throw is off the mark and rebounded by Vermillion. Still have it in the backcourt. Now T is going to try to bring that press, knowing that Vermillion is only having one starter on the court right now. It's Plitzowite, the only starter, driving, puts up the shot, misses, but contact is made on the shot, and she'll head to the free throw line as the foul will be called on Olivia Ritter. That's her first personal and the 4th team foul. Plitzowite, shooting 81% from the free throw line this season, will head there once again. First free throw, right down the middle. And that will be Lexi Plitzowite's first points of the ball game. 4 for Casey Hansen, 2 for Leah Herbster, and Lexi Plitzowite just mentioned her first point from the charity stripe. 7-6. Second free throw. This one front iron, back iron, and falls out. Olivia Ritter for the Titans in the rebound. She'll cross over the T logo. Guarded closely by Lily Johnson. Now over to the corner. Pump fake the 3 and a drive. Back out to the free throw line. Jumper. This one off the mark. Loose ball going to be picked up by Olivia Ritter. And misses again. Vasika, though, another offensive rebound. And Katie Vasika is able to snatch the offensive rebound and this time ring one home. 8-7, it's the Titans over the Tanagers by 1 point, and now a high pass for Regneris, but it was tipped by Grace Stansberry. It will go out on the Titans, so Vermillion will have possession along the far sideline, also known as the Titans fan base. They get it into Plitzowite. Plitzowite drives in the lane. Now will kick back out to Mulherrin. Bounce pass to Brooke Jensen. Over Lily Johnson, who's wide open. She pump fakes the three. Trying to get down to Mulherrin, but it's going to be poked away. Now a pass that's going to be knocked around. Plitzowite tries to reach in, and she commits the foul. She was trying to knock it away from Brooke Deckert there, and accidentally commits the foul. Fourth team foul, the first one on Lexi Plitzowite. Still a 1-point lead, 8-7, 2:26 first quarter. The Titans with the lead. Vasika, a bad dribble. It's going to be stolen away by Regneris. Regneris gets it to Plitzowite. Now Plitzowite in the front court is going to drive all the way in. Granny shot misses and pulled down by Olivia Ritter. Quickly all the way up into the front court to Peterson. Peterson leaves it too strong, but another offensive rebound, and quickly back up is Deckert for her first 2 points. And the Titans take back now, they extend their lead, the biggest of the game, a 3-point lead, 10-7. Now a bad pass in the backcourt and stolen away by the Titans. Missed shot by Ritter, offensive rebound again. Over to Vasika in the lane, off the block, turnaround jumper. This one spins in and out and will now be poked out of bounds as Plitzowite, along with Deckert there, all trying to save it and get the board. Vermillion has struggled this evening on the rebounding battle. And right now it's all Titans, and that's how they have built themselves a 3-point lead, 10-7, with 100 seconds left to go in this first quarter. It's Hansen who's back into the game. She drives down to low block, and a charge is taken by the Titans. So Casey Hansen picks up her first personal and the 5th team foul. Great charge taken by the Titans. As a few of the stars, in fact, all Vermillion Tanager stars have gotten 1 foul besides Leah Herbster, with Chandler Cleveland with 2. 10-7, 92 seconds remain first quarter. Press is going to be on by the Tanagers with McKinney. She finally gets it into the front court to Decker. Back to McKinney as she dribbles her way out to the far wing to Vasika as the Titans move it nicely around the perimeter. Back out to Vasika. She shoots the 3. The big 6'1" Katie Vasika knocks it down. 6 points for her in the first quarter, and it's now a 6-point lead for the Lady Titans, 13-7, in a foul in the front court against Decker. And she picks up her first personal foul and the 5th team foul against the Lady Titans. 60 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, and now a pass over to Mulherrin is going to be knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Vermillion. 26 seconds on the shot clock. It has been back and forth action here in this first quarter, and this one's definitely lived up to what we expected between these DAC 12 Region 4 opponents, 1 and 2 inside Region 4. Brooke Jensen has it, 3-pointer for her, side iron, off the mark. Jensen chases after it, trying to save it, not going to be in time, and it will go out of bounds. 41.5 is all that remains in the first quarter, as the Titans will have it in the backcourt as they can try to hold for as long as they can, but cannot hold for that last second shot. Into the front court, they now work it with Peterson. Around the perimeter to the near wing, over to the corner, 3-pointer. No, foot was on the line. Foot was on the line, so only 2 points. That was Grace Stansberry who made it 15-7 with 13 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Lily Johnson to Brooke Jensen down to low block. Back out to Regneris. She'll square up, shoot the 3, misses everything, and Vermillion has gone cold as the T-Area Titans find themselves on an 8-0 run to end this first quarter and can add to it with 4.2 seconds remaining. They'll have it in the backcourt as they get it quickly into McKinney. Back to Ritter. She has 1 second. The half-court heave. This one back iron and just off the mark. But the T-Area Titans have a 8-point lead over the Vermillion Tanagers, 15-7. As this one has been a big run from the Titans at the end of the first quarter. You're listening to Tanager Basketball on ESPN. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermillion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
If you're considering a new roof, you want to put your roof in the hands of Dave's Roofing. Dave's Roofing specializes in residential roofing and has over 10 years of experience. Dave's Roofing covers any job from a 60 to 80 mile radius of Sioux City and has a 10-man crew that completes most jobs in one day. Dave's Roofing will make sure the cleanup job is done right afterwards too. And the products installed are impact rated and eligible for homeowners insurance discounts. Look up Dave's Roofing on Facebook and check out the work that's been done and customer testimonials.
Begin this second quarter with the T Area Titans with a 15-7 lead as a quick turnover in the first 9 seconds for the Titans. But right now, we mentioned it, bench play has been non-existent for Vermillion as they have all 7 of their points from the starters. And they get it quickly into Lexi Plitzwhite as she draws a double team immediately in the backcourt. But she finds Ludwig in the front court, and Vermillion will now work quickly, trying to get some offense. It's Plitzwhite who has it at the top of the key with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Now over to Hansen, back to Chandler Cleveland, who has drawn 2 fouls in that first quarter. Now a high pass for Leah Herbster, and it will go out of bounds. So both teams begin with opening turnovers on their first offensive possessions in this second quarter. Again, T had a 7-0 run to end the first quarter to extend it to an 8-point lead, 15-7. Titans have it with Olivia Ritter at the free throw line. She draws a double team. Still Ritter now kicks it back out to Peterson, over to McKinney, right in front of the teenager bench. Back over to Ritter, driving, jumper for her, back iron off the mark, and rebounded by Leah Herbster. To Plitzwhite, and Plitzwhite quickly into the front court, over to Casey Hansen, to Shanley Ludwig, back to the top, an NBA 3 from Plitzwhite, this one off the mark, and rebounded by Vasika. The 6'1 freshman into the lane. Now over to the senior Olivia Ritter. Ritter carries it back out, now just shoots the 3 and knocks it down. Olivia Ritter, 5 points the ball game, and that gets John Brooks' attention as he calls a quick Culligan timeout. We'll take it with them. You're listening to Tanager Basketball on ESPN. We're back in 30 seconds.
So we're buying a bigger home.
A 4-bedroom, but, with room to grow.
Your ocular cavity is malfunctioning.
Because we want kids.
Calculating offspring life insurance.
No, wait, we only have a cat.
Calculating farm insurance.
Is there somebody else who can help us?
Only a human who knows you can create a plan that's right for you. That's why for 80 years we've built relationships first and plans second. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau Agent Debbie Profrock in Vermillion at 605-624-3011.
The T Area Lady Titans make it a 10-0 run and have a lead right now at the beginning of the second quarter, 18-7, after John Brooks calls a timeout as Vermillion needs to try to reset and find some type of offense as the Lady Titans are starting to blow open this door. If you look at the clock, by the way, 6:26. The boys' game ahead of this one was just ahead of time. They said, let's just keep on rolling since it is a doubleheader. So if you're just tuning in, we're already into the second quarter with Vermillion trailing by 11. They have it along the baseline. A dump pass from Casey Hansen is going to be knocked out of bounds by the White Titans, and it will stay with Vermillion underneath the hoop in Lexi Plitzwhite. Plitzwhite holds it head high, looking deep to Casey Hansen. Give it to Hansen, and she just holds on to it, not making too much movement. Now shoots it over to Ludwig. Back to Plitzwhite in the lane. Plitzwhite finds a little bit of separation and able to lay it off the glass. She has 3 points the ball game and finally ends that 10-0 run. Titans quickly a three-pointer the other way. Misses, falls right into Plitzwhite, and they have a 2-on-1 advantage. Plitzwhite is going to drive all the way. Has it almost stolen from behind. Still Plitzwhite. Now to Cleveland. Cleveland up with her shot, back iron. Offensive rebound, trying to pull it down as two girls go tumbling, including Plitzwhite along with Stella Peterson. It was Plitzwhite who's trying to rip it away. and it's going to be a foul that will called on Lexi Plitzowite for basically too much effort. Her second one in the 6th team foul. Both teams have picked up 16 fouls, by the way. 18-9, 6:01, second quarter. McKinney will get it over to Peterson. Peterson will shoot the quick three. This one off the mark, but another offensive rebound for the Lady Titans as they'll reset the offense at the top of the key with McKinney. Now over to Peterson. Pearson to the free throw line, will kick it back out to Vasika. Now to the top, three-pointer for McKinney. This one rims in and out, rebounded by Leah Herbster. Herbster, though, has it poked away by Olivia Ritter from behind, and then a tie-up on the hardwood. This time, possession arrow stays with the Tanagers. So a great effort there by Olivia Ritter just to poke it away from behind. Leah Herbster wasn't expecting it. 18-9, 5:35, second quarter. Brooke Jensen checks back in the ball game as it'll be Lexi Plitzowite who will come out. It's Hansen who's going to hand it off to Leah Herbster. Back out to Jensen. Jensen driving, and it's going to be a turnover as it's going to be a misstep by Brooke Jensen. So Vermillion, as mentioned, stopped that 10-0 run from the Lady Titans with just their 2 points, but that's all it has been for Vermillion as we're past 2 minutes into this second quarter. McKinney quickly into the front court, and now a carry and another quick turnover. That has definitely been the theme so far in this first quarter and a half is quick basketball and a lot of turnovers as neither team has really been able to find any rhythm. Right now, it is a 9-point lead for the Lady Titans. Leah Herbster has at the top of the key, going to hand it off to Brooke Jensen. Now shoots it on a high pass to Ludwig. She's able to pull it down. Now to the low block to Cleveland. Back out. A tough pass, but Ludwig able to handle. Still Ludwig. A lot of contact is made, and finally, no. A foul that will go away from the basketball with Chandler Cleveland. It looked like contact was made on the drive from Ludwig, but instead, again, away from the ball, foul. Cleveland picks up her third personal, and she'll have to come out. It is the 17th foul as well in the Vermillion Tanagers, as coming into the game will be Lexi Plitzowite to replace Cleveland. And now a quick jumper from McKinney, blocked away by Leah Herbster, and now a ball tied up on the ground. Jump ball finally with the whistle. Possession arrow with the Titans. 18-9, 4:40 remains first half. McKinney inside the lane, back out. So now they're going to work around the Titans to Ritter. Tried to drive, but was double teamed immediately, just dribbles it back out. Now over to McKinney, to Decker. Decker down to the low block, tries to make a pass, and that one will be Jensen, who puts her hand in front just in time to deflect it out of bounds. 9 seconds on the shot clock for the Lady Titans. Their 4 girls are all going to run back to half court. They'll all now run forward with Ritter just looking for someone. Gets it into Vasika. Vasika, the turnaround hook, gets it to fall. And Katie Vasika now 8 points in the ball game. 20-9. The Titans lead it by 11 over the Tanagers. Hansen in the front court with Ludwig. Now over to Leah Herbster on the free throw line extended. Herbster will hand it off to Hansen at the top of the key. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Down to the elbow. Hansen picks up her dribble, looking for someone to pass it to Plitzowite with the underhand pass. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Still Plitzowite. Back out to Hansen. Hansen will finally shoot the three. Knocks it down. Casey Hansen, 7 points for her in the ball game. And it's an 8-point lead for the Lady Titans. Vasika quickly in the front court. A hop in the lane. Gets a little bit of separation, and Vasika hits double figures with that. 10 points for her, and back to a 10-point lead for the Lady Titans. Plitzowite now quickly the opposite way. She lays it off the glass. And these two teams are now just throwing punches, but still an 8-point lead for T area. Ritter with the left-hand dribble into the front court. Lays down a screen, McKinney. Still Ritter. She drives. Contact is made with Leah Herbster, and Herbster is going to draw the foul, and it will send Olivia Ritter to the free throw line. Great effort by Olivia to hold off at the last second to make sure she was able to draw the contact from Leah Herbster. And the first shot will go up, and this one's knocked down for Olivia Ritter from the free throw line. Ritter now 6 points for her in the ball game, 23-14, 3:16, second quarter. Second free throw, this one rings true as well. So Olivia Ritter rings them both through, 7 points for her in the ball game. 3:13 is all that remains in this first half. Plitzowite is going to drive into end, too strong off the glass, and rebounded by the Lady Titans. Quickly with Ritter, up to Decker. Decker too strong off the glass this time, and then poked out of bounds by Leah Herbster to make sure the Lady Titans couldn't get the rebound with Mariah Grant there, who was ready. So the Titans have it underneath the hoop with Ritter. Chucks it deep to Vasika, guarded closely by Regneris. To Decker, and they work it around the perimeter. Back out to Olivia Ritter. Again, Ritter really the only true senior that has seen many years with this Titans team. Now down to Vasika. Back out, 9 seconds on the shot clock, and a travel is going to be called on Decker. And a turnover as Vermillion is able to hold strong on defense. A couple substitutions, Ludwig and Johnson will come in. Hansen and Leah Herbster will come out. A 10-point lead for the Lady Titans, 24-14, 2:40, second quarter. Jensen will get it into Plitzowite as Plitzowite with the right-handed dribble into the front court. Kicks it over to Ludwig as she's going to get pushed from behind and will go into the Titans bench. A push from behind by Grace Stansberry. That will be her first personal, the 7th team foul, so it will send Shandy Ludwig to the free throw line looking for her first points of the ball game. Ludwig, 71% shooter from the free throw line this season. First free throw is knocked down. So picks up her first points of the ball game. Again, Vermillion has not gotten any points off the bench yet this evening. And second free throw knocked down as well from Shandy Ludwig. 24-16, an 8-point lead for the Lady Titans. McKinney gets a screen, but not able to use much with it as she picks up her dribble. Now passes it off to Cassidy Gores. Back over to the near side. Back now to McKinney at the top of the key. As again, the T area Lady Titans able to move it nicely around the perimeter. Now bounce pass into Mariah Grant. It's going to be off the fingertips. It looked like it might have touched a tanager, but the officials saw it different. And it's a turnover for the Lady Titans with Mariah Grant, who's just never able to firmly grip the ball. 2:07, second quarter. Plitzowite across the timeline. Plitzowite gets a screen from Jensen. Still Plitzowite. She's going to drive in, put up her shot. A foul is called. Count the bucket, and Plitzowite will head to the free throw line, trying to complete the old-fashioned three-point play with 7 points for her now in the ball game, including 6 in this second quarter. And they have needed all the effort from Plitzowite. By the way, the foul comes against Olivia Ritter, her second personal in the 8th team foul. To complete the three-point play, free throw, knocks it down, is Alexi Plitzowite, 8 for her in the ball game, and she will now come out as Casey Hansen will check back in, 7 points for her this evening. 24-19, Vermillion on a 5-0 run. The Lady Titans have it, trying to get to Vasika. Goes through her fingertips, but recovering nicely are the Titans to pick up the loose basketball. Now to Ritter. She shoots the three. This one off the mark, but another offensive rebound for the Lady Titans as they can reset with the offense. Down to McKinney. She'll shoot the quick three. This one's off the mark, and finally, Tanagers come up with the board with Casey Hansen. Hansen into front court as Ludwig gets knocked over again. Second time in the last 2 minutes that she has fallen to the ground. No foul called. It's Lily Johnson along the far wing. Back to the top with Hansen. Pump fake for her. Now back out. It's through the fingertips of Lily Johnson, but she's able to recover. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Regneris to Johnson. Down over to Brooke Jensen, the far wing. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Carries it to the elbow. Back out to Regneris. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Regneris over to Lily Johnson. Her shot is blocked, and it is going to be finally picked up by the Titans to avoid the shot clock violation, or I should say just avoid the buzzer. Olivia Ritter, she drives in, and a charge is taken inside the lane as guess who goes to the ground again. I'll give you 3 guesses. The first 2 don't count as Ludwig heels her soft off the hardwood, and for the effort, John Brooks will let her come out as Lexi Plitzowite will come back in. It is the third personal foul by Olivia Ritter, the 19th foul on the Lady Titans. 48 seconds remaining. First half, Plitzowite, who just checked in, drives underneath the hoop, puts up her shot, this one off the mark, and rebounded quickly by the Titans, all the way up to a wide open Dre Stansberry, and Stansberry easily knocks it home, 26-19. Shot clock is off, 28 seconds as Plitzowite knows it, and she'll easily carry it across the timeline and take her time. Now a drive towards the near wing, but will back out once again. Still with Plitzowite, 16 seconds. Plitzowite in contact is made as this will be against Kendra McKinney, and that is the 10th foul. So we'll send Plitzowite to the free throw line to shoot 2, but it was head coach Adam Shoresman who did want that foul. He was calling for McKinney to give it. First free throw knocked down for Lexi Plitzowite. 9 points for her now in the ball game. Trying to make this one for double digits. Plitzowite eyes it down and will knock it down. 10 for her in the ball game, including 4 from the charity stripe, as she'll come out offense for defense as Leah Herbster comes back in. 15.4 again. Head coach Adam Shoresman wanted this last opportunity. 12 seconds on the shot clock. It's Katie Vasika back out. Quick three-pointer from Peterson. Front iron off the mark. Rebounded by Regneris. 4 seconds. Regneris needs to make something happen. 2 seconds. She'll throw up the half-court heave way off the mark, and that will end the first quarter as it's the T-Area Lady Titans that have the lead over the Vermillion Tanagers, 26-21 after one half of play. You're listening to high school basketball on ESPN 101.5 AM 1570 and online at kvtk.com. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Digital Solutions started a little over 6 years ago doing Facebook Live videos for a couple ball games. And little did we know we'd have the 2020 pandemic and so many reasons for doing live streams on our new YouTube channel. We have 12 schools we cover: Mississippi, South Dakota, and Iowa. And we're always growing. If you're interested in working with FDS as camera operator or play-by-play for the many sports we cover, or if you would like to use our services to live stream your event, email us at fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com and subscribe to Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube.
Radio family is growing. Now you can listen to all of the Vermillion Tanagers broadcast on 2 stations, 101.5 FM and AM 1570. When the Tanagers are playing, tune in to either 101.5 FM or AM 1570 to catch the voice of the Tanagers, Keith Nimke, for every play. In addition, we invite you to listen to all of our ESPN programming. We thank you for listening and our radio sponsors that allow us to broadcast all of the Vermillion Tanager sports on ESPN 101.5 FM and AM 1570.
Midwest Ready Mix Equipment Vermillion.
We rent out and operate dozers, excavators. We also have aerial equipment.
Dave Hertz, Midwest Ready Mix.
We got telehandlers, payloaders, skid loaders, just a lot of different equipment that we rent and we sell it too. And you can rent to buy. And you end up having it for 6 months. We'll give you a buyout option on that thing.
Call Dave Hertz, Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment Vermillion. Easy to work with and not hard to find.
Make space for tall items. Quickly and easily move the bins side to side for convenient storage options. The Flexi Slide Bin. Brought to you by Whirlpool.
Titans, as right now at halftime between the Vermillion Tanagers and the Lady Titans, the Lady Titans have a 26-21 lead. As we talked so much in our pregame show about how big bench points would be, it doesn't really come down to it when you look at the first half statistics. In fact, the Lady Titans are just outscoring the Tanagers by 2 points. They both come from Brooke Decker back in the first quarter. Otherwise, it's been more of the transfer in freshman Katie Vasika, who right now is 4 of 5 from the field with 10 points in the ball game. Otherwise, for the Tanagers, they have been struggling shooting with Lexi Plitzowite and also Casey Hansen, who have been the two big contributors. Otherwise, as I mentioned, not a whole lot of points. Let's take a look at that first half scoring. First up for the T-Area Lady Titans, as we just mentioned it, Katie Vasika leading the Titans with 10 points. Otherwise, Olivia Ritter has 7 of her own. Grace Stansberry with 4 points. Kendra McKinney, a 3-pointer. Otherwise, Stella Peterson, the only other starter for the T-Area Titans, she has yet to score. As I mentioned earlier, Brooke Decker has the other 2 points for the Lady Titans in that first half. For the Vermillion Tanagers, in double figures for this evening, Lexi Plitzowite with 10, Casey Hansen with a big 7 points. Otherwise, Leah Herbster with 2, Shani Ludwig with 2 points from the charity stripe, and that rounds out the scoring for Vermillion. And something to keep our eye on is the foul trouble right now that both are dealing with, the senior Olivia Ritter and also Chandler Cleveland for the Vermillion Tanagers. Both have picked up 3 personal fouls in that basketball game, and will definitely be something to watch. Olivia Ritter, nothing to take away from Chandler Cleveland, but Ritter, the senior for the Lady Titans, and a big reason why they have so much success, averaging just over 18 points a ball game. It would be crucial if she were to foul out or get herself a quick 4th foul in that 3rd quarter. Otherwise, another big vocal point for the Vermillion Tanagers in the Lady Titans is right now the Lady Titans are winning their rebounding battle 20-12 over Vermillion. All right, we step aside for another quick break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the scores from around the state of South Dakota. That is all on the way. You're listening to Tanager Basketball on ESPN 1015 AM 1570 and online at kvtk.com.
Pump up your car, coolers, and tummy with Pump and Pack in Vermillion. Whether you're coming or going, we are here for you when you need us with what you need. Grocery items, beer, snacks, fuel, wine, hot dogs, pizza by the slice, and now for real ice cream smoothies and shakes, cookie dough, strawberry banana, and even mocha latte. We are open when you need us 24 hours a day with what you need at Pump and Pack on West Cherry Street in Vermillion.
Vermillion Medical Clinic has an ongoing mission to provide areas with quality health care and convenient access to medical professionals. Our patients at Vermillion Medical Clinic value our dedicated primary care physicians, compassionate PAs, and consistently scheduled outreach specialty care. If you have health questions, need a screening, or have medical concerns for yourself or family members, call us for an appointment or visit VermillionMedicalClinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
Back at halftime, it's a 26-21 lead for the T-Area Lady Titans over the Vermillion Tanagers. And as we mentioned, it has really been kind of those 8-0 run for the Lady Titans at the end of the first quarter that has really separated it for this matchup between the Vermillion Tanagers. Otherwise, Vermillion was able to outscore T-Area in that second quarter 14-11, but again at the end of the first quarter, Lady Titans with that 8-point lead of 15-7, and that's how they have a cushion of a 5-point lead right now, 26-21. But of course, as we know, anything can happen. As we've mentioned earlier in our pregame, if you missed out on our pregame show, a big matchup, these two teams, with not only the Lady Titans being 3-1 on the season, Vermillion 4-1, but Lady Titans find themselves in first place of the region standings of Region 4, that is, and Vermillion in second, just by the smallest of margins. And yes, it is extremely early in the season. A lot is still going to happen over the next 2 months. I mean, we're 2 months away from region play, but it is going to have a lot of implications later on in the season. While we have a quick chance, let's take a look at scores from around the state of South Dakota. Only one that I'm aware of right now in Class A for girls basketball. That is Hanson right now at the end of the first quarter, leads it over Parkston 14-9. That one, of course, a little bit of a game of interest for the Vermillion Tanagers because we're back in action after this evening on Friday night against Parkston. So we'll be definitely paying attention to see how that one wraps up. Otherwise, a few other games that tip off later this evening. Otherwise, I mean, this is only 6:48. We're supposed to be 18 minutes into the ball game, but again, games that went earlier throughout the evening, and they said, let's just keep moving this one along. And the reason that is because this is a doubleheader. It is a Tuesday night. Yes, usually put in the equation back to school, but for Vermillion, they still have school off until Thursday. But again, might as well keep things moving along. And don't forget, as I mentioned, doubleheader action as the Vermillion boys come up after this one. Other scores from around the state of South Dakota. And for girls basketball action and AA, Harrisburg gets the win over Western Christian out of the state of Iowa, 56-42. And in Class B right now, the only other score update that I'm seeing is Bridgewater Emory leads it over Sanborn Central Woonsocket 29-24. That one is at halftime as well. But as we mentioned, looking at this region and DAC 12 matchup, Tri-Valley takes on Baltic tonight. In other action, Canton takes on Elkton Lake Benton. Dakota Valley is in an Iowa matchup against Sergeant Bluff, Lawton out of the state of Iowa. Del Rapids against McCook Central Montrose. And also, I believe actually in Sioux Falls Christian takes on Wagner. Now, a few of those games I do know that are underway, but have not seen any score updates. Again, at halftime, the T-Area Lady Titans lead it 26-21 over Vermillion as we get set to start this third quarter. We watch for Olivia Ritter as she has picked up 3 personal fouls along with Chandler Cleveland. Vermillion will come back out in their starting 5. Casey Hansen, Shani Ludwig, Leah Herbster, Lexi Plitzwipe, and Chandler Cleveland. For the T-Area Lady Titans, Kendra McKinney, Olivia Ritter, Grace Stansberry, Stella Peterson, and Katie Vasika. Again, Vermillion in their all-red uniforms, numbers and letters that are in white. The T-Area Lady Titans, and they're all white uniforms with the numbers and letters that are in navy blue with the blue and gold stripe that runs down the side of their jersey and into the pants. Vermillion will begin this second half with the basketball with Lexi Plitzwipe as she quickly works it over to Casey Hansen. How big can bench play be for both these teams in the second half? We're about to find out. Ludwig has it. She's fallen over. Somehow gets a bounce pass to Leah Herbster. Herbster now finds herself in trouble. Has to try to get a bounce pass back out to Ludwig, and this one finally knocked out of bounds. Good for the Tanagers to have that knocked out of bounds because they were struggling along that far sideline. They will have it with 17 seconds on the shot clock. They get it into Plitzwipe. Plitzwipe is quickly knocked over, and a foul that is called. It will be against Kendra McKinney, who picks up her second personal and a first team foul. We're just 20 seconds into this second half. It'll be a fresh shot clock for Vermillion. Plitzwipe will have it drive into the lane. Now bounce pass to Cleveland, and Cleveland, she travels as she was trying to grab her feeding underneath the hoop. Almost slammed the ball to the ground. If this was practice, she probably would have. But also, they don't call turnovers in practice either. Titans will have it as they work it into the front court. They have it with Peterson to Ritter as Pearson lays down the screen. Now a rainbow pass all the way to the near wing, back to the top with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Vermillion playing a tough man-to-man defense right now, not letting Ritter any space. She'll drive in the lane, put up a shot as she knocks over Leah Herbster. No foul called, and Ritter hits just outside double figures with now 9 points in the ball game. Hansen has on the near wing, now down to the low block inside the lane with Plitzwipe. Plitzwipe spin the lane, misses, offensive rebound, goes immediately back up, and another foul call. It's the second one on the T-Area Lady Titans, and the foul will go against, I believe that was Grace Stansberry. Kendra McKinney picks up her third personal. First free throw for Lexi Plitzwipe, after 10 points in that first half, knocks down the first one. 11 points for her now. Dribbles it twice, eyes down, puts it up, and makes it true. 12 for her in the ball game, back to a 5-point lead for the Lady Titans, 28-23. Speaking of the Lady Titans, they come storming into the front court. Ritter, three-pointer. This one off the mark. Trying to chase it down is going to be out of bounds, but nice effort there. It was Kendra McKinney who was almost able to save it before it went out. 6:43, third quarter. Vermillion still trails by as much as they did at halftime. 28-23. It's Cleveland who will bring it across the Titans logo. Now a bounce pass that was almost too hot to handle for Hansen. Hansen, the left-handed dribble. Now over to Leah Herbster with 16 seconds on the shot clock. Herbster will now put down the dribble, hand it off to Cleveland, working it back out to Plitzwhite. Now trying to get down to Leah Herbster, and this one almost knocked away. Cleveland picks up the loose basketball in the lane. 5 seconds. Three-pointer from Plitzwhite, top of the key. This one off the mark, and almost an offensive rebound, but it's going to be pulled down by Grace Stansberry for the Lady Titans. Now over to Stella Peterson, still looking for her first points as a starter this evening. Back out to Olivia Ritter along the far corner. Ritter drives in, throws it too strong off the glass, and rebounded by the other senior on the court, Lexi Plitzwhite. Here comes Plitzwhite the opposite way. Now bounce pass to Leah Herbster. She gets muscled down underneath and has to kick it back out to Hansen. Hansen has spin the lane off the glass. This one takes two bounces and will be off the mark. And here comes Leah Herbster with a strong right punch. That misses everything, but does make slight contact with her shoulder and will draw the foul. It's the first one on Vermillion in this second half, and the second one on Leah Herbster for the ball game. 5:34, third quarter. Titans have it inside the lane. Kick back out to McKinney. Three-pointer, knocks it down. Kendra McKinney has got all 6 of her points from beyond the three-point line, and it's back up to an 8-point lead. 31-23. Plitzwhite in the backcourt finally gets it across the timeline with a pass up to Ludwig. Ludwig pull-up jumper off the mark. Leah Herbster, though, the offensive rebound. Back to Plitzwhite. She drives it, throws it off the glass, count the bucket, and she'll head to the free throw line for the second time tonight, trying to complete the three-point play. The foul, is called on Olivia Ritter, which will be now her fourth personal in the third-team foul. Trying to complete the three-point play, knocks it down, is Lexi Plitzwhite. So now 15 for her in the ball game. And now Olivia, unfortunately, is going to have to come out again. Just an amazing senior for this Lady Titans team. Only one of two seniors, and she's just been dynamic throughout the seasons. It's tough to see her head to the bench with now 4 personal fouls. 31-24. The Titans have it in the front court. Almost a travel, but nice job holding the feet down is Cassidy Gores as they work it around. Now back to Stella Peterson. Peterson drives in, finds no room, and will dribble it back out. Over to McKinney, back to Peterson, over the corner, three-pointer. This one off the front iron, hit the top of the backboard, no whistle called, but falls in the hands of Lexi Plitzwhite. No harm, no foul, as they say. Back to Plitzwhite. She'll drive in the lane down to a low block. Plitzwhite finds no room, back out to Cleveland. She'll shoot the three. Chandler Cleveland off the mark, and then a rebounding foul against who? It will be on Lexi Plitzwhite. I say against who just because Leah Herbster, Lexi Plitzwhite, and I believe Shani Ludwig will all in there. So Plitzwhite will now pick up her third personal, the second team foul, 4:28, third quarter, 31-24, a 7-point lead for the Lady Titans. Katie Vasika, who's been quiet so far in this second half, brings it into the front court. Now another quick three. This one another off the mark for the Lady Titans, but another offensive rebound. They pull down their their 9th offensive rebound here in the ball game. Now driving a lane jumper. Did it hit off of somebody? Yes, it did. As Kendra McKinney went up with her jumper, got nowhere close to the rim, but it did take a deflection off of a tanager. There's a few different tanagers putting up their hands. 31-24, 4:06 third quarter, and they finally get everything corrected, as it should be 31-26. They missed the 2 points from Lexi Plitzwhite. As they get it corrected, and now driving the lane is Deckert, and she will travel as she was looking to make an outlet pass and was never able to make that pass. And again, she travels, and a turnover. So it's just a 5-point lead for the Lady Titans. But again, that was what the lead was at halftime, 31-26, 3:54 third quarter. Plitzowite in the lane. She's going to put up her jumper off the glass, and Lexi Plitzowite continues to dominate. Now 7 points in this third quarter, 17 for the ball game, and it's down to just a 3-point lead for the Lady Titans. It hasn't been this close since the first quarter when it was 10-7. Now driving, jumper, this one blocked by the hands of Leah Herbster on the Mariah Grant shot, and here comes Vermillion with a chance to tie it up. Over to Plitzowite. Plitzowite going to drive on Vasika. Dribble behind the back. Still Plitzowite. Spin the lane. Jumper. This one too strong. And then Leah Herbster, if she would have just stood still and went straight up, she would have got a rebound, but comes through the back of a couple Titans and picks up the rebounding foul. Her third personal, the third team foul. 31-28, 3:19 third quarter. Regneris will come into the game. Leah Herbster will come out. Again, we've talked about the bench points, and they've both been quiet for both teams as the starters have had to get a majority of the scoring done. But right now we're starting to see a little bit more bench play from both teams late in this third quarter. Vasika, she drives, put up her jumper. This one off the mark because she left it too strong and pulled down by Tangers. Plitzowite now bounce pass to Ludwig. Ludwig leaves it short, but an offensive rebound. Plitzowite back up, and Lexi Plitzowite, all 9 points for Vermillion Tangers in this third quarter. It's down to a 1-point ball game, 31-30, as the Titans looking to extend back their lead. It's Vasika, now down at the elbow, drives into the lane. Little hook, she leaves it short. Contact underneath, and it will finally be picked up by Vermillion as nothing is called. It's Hansen quickly in the front court, and Brooke Deckert from behind is going to poke it away as it will go out of bounds. We will have a whistle to allow a substitution. Ludwig is out, Lily Johnson back in. 2:32 third quarter. As I mentioned, Lexi Plitzowite, all 9 points for Vermillion in this third quarter, 31-30, 2:32 remaining in this third. It's Regneris holding the above her head, gets it into Hansen, right in front of the Tanger bench. Now underneath to Plitzowite. Plitzowite back out to Jensen. Far jumper for Jensen, knocks it down. Brooke Jensen, after 16 points last Wednesday, gets her first 2 of the ball game, and it's a 1-point lead for Vermillion. Their first lead since the first quarter. Vasika has at the top of the key. Back out, and they work it around. Now down to the low block with Stansberry. Titans find no room, though, and they're going to have to move it back to the top of the perimeter with 15 seconds. And now a dribble off the foot of Regneris and picked up by the Tangers with Lexi Plitzowite. Plitzowite end-to-end, throws it off the glass. Give her now 11 for this third quarter, 21 for the ball game, and Vermillion a 3-point lead. 34-31, 1:51 left to go in this third quarter. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. You're listening to Tanger Basketball on ESPN 101.5 AM 1570. We're back in 30 seconds.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermillion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Vermillion has taken back the lead late in this third quarter because of 11 points of Lexi Plitzowite in this third quarter. 21 for her for the ball game, as the Titans are looking to tie it back up, or at least chip away at this 3-point lead. They have it with Deckert down at the low block. She tries to throw up an off-balance shot, and she's going to miss it, leaving it just short, but a great job by Brooke to get the foul against the other Brooke. That's Brooke Jensen, who will pick up her first personal in the 4th team foul, as heading to the free throw line, as I mentioned, will be Brooke Deckert. First free throw is off the mark. Olivia Ritter, with 4 personal fouls, will check back in. And you hear John Brooks in the background mentioning something about that. Second free throw, this one is also off the mark as Brooke Deckert misses them both. Rebound pulled down by Kenzie Mulheron. Mulherrin over to Regnerus to Jensen. I should have mentioned as well after the timeout break, Lexi Plitzowhite checked out for a breather, but now Brooke Jensen getting it done underneath. And Jensen with 4 points in this third quarter and a quick foul as storming into the lane were the Titans. And again, it's going to be a foul called on Vermillion, the 15th foul. And the foul will be called against Regnerus, who picks up her first personal. 1:20, third quarter. Titans get it in to Olivia Ritter. Back to Kingsbury. She throws up the three off the mark, but an offensive rebound by Ritter. Turn around off the glass, and Olivia Ritter finally hits double figures on the evening with 11 points. 36-33, 102, third quarter. Again, Lexi Plitzowhite with 11 points in this third quarter is getting a quick breather. Jensen at the top of the key. Now over to Regnerus, trying to get down to Mulherrin, and Mulherrin is going to rip it away from Brooke Deckert, and Deckert trying to reach in there, knock it away from Mulherrin, will draw contact in the foul. So Deckert picks up her second personal and the fourth team foul. 36-33. Regnerus underneath the hoop, looking for somebody, will chuck it deep to Lily Johnson. Now over to Jensen at the top of the key. Jensen holding it above her head. Bounce pass, though, just 3 feet away to Lily Johnson. Lily Johnson back to Brooke Jensen, moving just around the top of the perimeter. Vermillion trying to find that perfect pass. Now trying to get it underneath to Regnerus, and easily knocked away by the Titans. That's how good the Titans are inside the perimeter, not letting Vermillion find any easy looks. Now finally get to Jensen. Jensen goes up strong against Vasika and leaves it too strong. Pulled down by the senior Olivia Ritter. Ritter from end to end, throwing it off the glass, and it's going to be good for two, and a foul called against Shandy Ludwig, and Olivia Ritter, quickly checking back in, is starting to do exactly what Lexi Plitzowhite was doing earlier, as she'll head to try to the free throw line to complete the three-point play, and will do so. We're tied 36-36 with 20 seconds is all that remains in this final third quarter. And now Vasika steals it away, and a quick foul going to be called on Livy Regnerus to not let Vasika go all the way in. It is the 16th foul on Vermillion, or excuse me, the 17th foul. So it'll be 1-and-1 for the Lady Titans in that final frame. And we still have 15.6 remaining in the third. Vasika to shoot a 1-and-1, leaves it short, but an offensive rebound by Olivia Ritter. We're tied 36-36. Driving in the lane, off the glass, leaves it short, is McKinney, and back out. Now to Olivia Ritter. They work it around jumper, for Brooke Deckert. This one off the mark, and loose basketball. No one picks it up, and we finally see the end of the third quarter as we're tied 36-36 between the Vermillion Tanagers and the T-Area Lady Titans. We're back in 60 seconds with the final fourth quarter that's on the way here on ESPN.
If you're considering a new roof, you want to put your roof in the hands of Dave's Roofing. Dave's Roofing specializes in residential roofing and has over 10 years of experience. Dave's Roofing covers any job from a 60 to 80 mile radius of Sioux City and has a 10-man crew that completes most jobs in one day. Dave's Roofing will make sure the cleanup job is done right afterwards too. And the products installed are impact rated and eligible for homeowners insurance discounts. Look up Dave's Roofing on Facebook and check out the work that's been done and customer testimonials.
So we're buying a bigger home.
A 4-bedroom, but, with room to grow.
Your ocular cavity is malfunctioning.
Because we want kids.
Calculating offspring life insurance.
No, wait. We only have a cat.
Calculating farm insurance.
Is there somebody else who can help us?
Only a human who knows you can create a plan that's right for you. That's why for 80 years we've built relationships first and plans second. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau Agent Debbie Profrock in Vermillion at 605-624-3011.
Quarter, the T-Area Lady Titans will begin with the basketball as they have it tied up 36-36, and Vasika quickly driving on Leah Herbster, an immediate foul called within the first 10 seconds. And it will be the fourth foul on Leah Herbster, the 8th team foul. And it will send Vasika to the free throw line to shoot 2. First free throw is off the mark, as it was a shooting foul, by the way. Second free throw upcoming, as Leah Herbster is going to have to come off with those 4 fouls. Brooke Jensen will check back on. Katie Vasika trying to take the lead back for the Lady Titans, and she will do so with the made free throw. 37-36. Plitza White with 11 in the third quarter, 21 for the ball game. Has it as she carries it across the Titan logo. Now with still Plitza White to the free throw line. She's going to dribble all the way back out as Vasika is just going to chase after her. Still Plitza White. It's been her all in this offense possession. Will finally kick back out to Jensen. She shoots the 3, leaves it short. Rebounded by the Lady Titans with Kendra McKinney. McKinney will go in to end, but have it poked away, but gets it right back. Had it stripped from behind, but she's able to recover. Now quick jumper. This one off the mark for Stella Peterson. Plitza White makes little contact with a couple tight ends, and a foul will be called. The foul will go against Grace Stansberry, is the 5th team foul, as Stansberry will pick up her second personal. 7-11, fourth quarter, a 1-point lead for the T-Area Lady Titans, 37-36. It's Plitza White into the front court. Plitza White into the lane, back out now for Cleveland. Jumper for her, knocks it down. Chandler Cleveland, her first 2 points of the ball game, gives Vermillion a 1-point lead, 38-37, 6:50. Quick 3-pointer from Vasika, and knocks it down. Katie Vasika, after having 0 points in that third quarter, starts off with a big 4 points in this final frame. Plitza White, turn around in the lane, jumper off the mark. 40-38 as the Titans and Olivia Ritter will come into the front court. Olivia Ritter along the far wing, trying to dribble against Casey Hansen, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. Hansen poked it away, and then Olivia Ritter tried to drive without having full possession of it, bounced it off of her knee, and goes out of bounds. So nice effort by Casey Hansen. 40-38, 6:27, fourth quarter. 2-point lead, a high pass for Lexi Plitz White. She crashes into Cleveland, and a timeout was called by John Brooks just in time. John Brooks calls the timeout before it went out of bounds or loss of possession. Adam Schroelsman can't believe it, but we're going to take a quick Culligan water break. You're listening to Tantrum Basketball on ESPN 101.5 AM 1570. We're back in 30 seconds.
Digital Solutions started a little over 6 years ago doing Facebook Live videos for a couple ball games. And little did we know we'd have the 2020 pandemic and so many reasons for doing live streams on our new YouTube channel. We have 12 schools we cover: Mississippi, South Dakota, and Iowa. And we're always growing. If you're interested in working with FDS as camera operator or play-by-play for the many sports we cover, or if you would like to use our services to live stream your event, email us at fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com and subscribe to Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube.
6:24, fourth quarter. Vermillion Tanagers will begin after the break, as it was a great timeout called by head coach John Brooks to keep possession with Vermillion. Lexi Plitza White has it at the top of the key. Will kick it over to Jensen in the corner. Now down to the lane with Shandy Ludwig. She goes up through some trees, but can't get the shot to fall as it rims in and out. Rebounded by the Lady Titans with Olivia Ritter. Ritter will carry it in the front court. Will now kick it over to McKinney. And the Titans work it around to the near side right in front of the bench. Now to Kinney in the lane. She almost travels. Now back out to Peterson. 14 seconds on the shot clock, and Peterson tries to drive underneath, and is going to turn it over. She tried to drive against Brooke Jensen, and Jensen let her do so. And ends up Peterson getting herself into trouble. And a quick turnover after wasting 20 seconds on the shot clock. 40-38, 5:36, fourth quarter. Hansen with the left-handed dribble in between the legs. Almost loses it, but simply picks it back up. Now gets it to Plitza White. Plitza White still looking for her first points in this fourth quarter. at the elbow. Has to kick it back out to Hansen. Hansen, a little bit of separation. Jumper off the mark. And now Vermillion is going cold. Just 2 points in the first 3 minutes of this fourth quarter. Olivia Ritter now over to McKinney. McKinney back to the far wing with Peterson. Back out to Decker, as that's all the Titans are working. Now looking for the three-pointer, and it's going to be shot by McKinney off the mark, and a rebound that will go off of Shandy Ludwig last, so it will stay with the Lady Titans with a fresh shot clock, 4:55. That's all that remains in this fourth quarter. Both teams, if it does happen, have seen overtime this season. Both teams have both won in the only overtime game they played in. And driving is Stella Peterson, and she's going to be off the mark with her shot, but able to draw contact against Cleveland. And we'll head to the free throw line. Cleveland picks up her fourth personal, and as we mentioned, now the 9th team foul. So the next foul committed by the Tanagers will be double bonus. Peterson looking for her first points of the ball game and will knock down the free throw. Up to a 3-point lead, 41-38. Second free throw. Up and going to rim around a couple of times and fall out. And then a quick whistle on the rebound will be against the Tanagers. And I believe Lexi Blitzowite. Blitzowite picks up her fourth personal, but more importantly, the 10th team foul. So double bonus, the remaining of the ball game for the Lady Titans. First free throw upcoming, front iron, and the kiss falls through from Grace Stansberry. Stansberry now with just 5 points in the ball game. As Vasika will check back in, and checking out will be Brooke Decker. So we await the second free throw from Grace Stansberry. 42-38, up to a 4-point lead for the Lady Titans. Second free throw, and it hits every part of the rim and will fall through for Grace. 6 points for her now. 43-38. Blitzowite into the front court, still looking for her first points in this fourth quarter, and she almost travels. Now over to Cleveland. Cleveland goes up the shot, misses, trying to get back her own rebound, but can't with the tall arms of Katie Vasika. And Vasika quickly into the front court. Now to Ritter, three-pointer. This one off the mark. Rebounded by Brooke Jensen. She's double-teamed. Now up to Lexi Plitzowite. Has Plitzowite wide open for the pass. Now over to Regneris. Regneris easily finds a little bit of separation from a couple of Titans and gets her first 2 points of the ball game. 4 points for the Tanagers in this fourth quarter. 43-40. 4:06 fourth quarter. Titans have it with McKinney. Now down to Peterson in the lane. Peterson leaves it short, guarded closely by Brooke Jensen, and Brooke Jensen comes up with the rebound. Now picks up her dribble in the backcourt. 5 seconds to get it across the timeline. Plitzowite will do so. Plitzowite, the left-hand dribble into the lane. Plitzowite easily. Oh my goodness, they just let her go in for two. 23 for her now. 43-42. 3:40 fourth quarter. It's with Vasika, now three-pointer. This one falls through for Grace Stansberry as she found herself open in the near corner. 46-42, 3:30 fourth quarter. It's Regneris to the free throw line. Now to Cleveland, back to Regneris. Regneris will kick it back out to Brooke Jensen. Jensen decides not to shoot the three as she had no separation from the defense. Back out to Ludwig. Ludwig, wide open three, will miss everything. Plitzowite tries to save it. She will, but nobody was able to pick it up for Vermillion as it will go harmlessly into the Tanager bench. 46-42, 3:12, fourth quarter. Don't forget, we got doubleheader action, including the Vermillion boys come up right after this. We'll go right into the pregame show. Stick around for that. 46-42, but we still have 3 minutes. Now an NBA three from Olivia Ritter. I mean an NBA three. Oof, that missed everything by quite a bit. She chucked that one from the volleyball line. Hey, when you're feeling it, you're feeling it. She unfortunately wasn't able to hit anything. Quick substitution. Brooke Jensen will come out as Casey Hansen will come back in. Plitzowite has it, getting it across the T logo. Still Plitzowite. Now underneath the hoop, throws it up too strong. Cleveland, though, with the offensive rebound and a jump ball called. Oh, goodness. Brooke Decker did such a great job to rip that away from Cleveland, but all she gets rewarded is with a jump ball, and possession arrow belongs to Vermillion. So the Tanagers catch a break. 46-42, 2:48, fourth quarter. Plitzowite will kick it deep to Hansen. Back to Plitzowite. Pump fakes once, drives in. Plitzowite is going to travel. She was going to go up with her shot, but Katie Vasika there to shut the door. Plitzowite decides not to shoot it and will travel. 2:40, fourth quarter, 46-42. Into the front court, it's Katie Vasika. Now back behind her, three-pointer top of the key, knocks it down. Big three-pointer off the bench from Cassidy Gores. Extends it to a 7-point lead, 49-42. Vermillion, they need some quick buckets with a 2:20 mark. Plitzowite spin the lane, jumper, leaves it short, trying to get back her own rebound and fighting for it. Whistle is blowing. A foul is called against who? It will be called on the Lady Titans. The question is, though, who? Cassidy Gores will pick up her second personal and the 6th-team foul. As now Grace Stansberry is going to come out, and Kendra McKinney will come back in. To avoid foul trouble, the Lady Titans have done such an amazing job in this final frame. It's Hansen who gets the pass in from Plitzowite. Back down to Plitzowite. Plitzowite will now get it back out to Hansen, but she's going to travel before she's able to make the pass. And a turnover for Vermillion. 2:08, fourth quarter. It's a 7-point lead. It will be Katie Vasika, the freshman, who will bring it across the T logo. And the Titans know that they have the lead by 7 points. They're going to work the clock as much as they can. Now back out to McKinney. McKinney works it over to Decker underneath the hoop. Back out, jumper, and this one off the mark. Rebounded for the Tanagers with Hansen, and a quick foul given up. So it will send Hansen to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1. The foul, I believe, was on McKinney. So, as I mentioned, the foul is on McKinney. They officially confirm it. The 17th foul, and Hansen will head to the free throw line. 49-42. They're going to send Ludwig and Leah Herbster back in defense just in case, hoping Hansen can make it. First free throw on the 1-and-1, knocks it down. Casey Hansen. It's her first points since the second quarter. 49-43. 1:43 fourth quarter. Second free throw on the 1-and-1. Upcoming for Casey Hansen. Eyes down, knocks it down. 49-44. 1:40 fourth quarter. Still a 5-point lead. The press is on from the Vermillion Tanagers. Vasika has it in the front court. The right-handed dribble will now hand it around. As they work it to Cassidy Gores, back to the top to Olivia Ritter. Ritter almost has it knocked away by Jensen. Olivia Ritter, 16 seconds on the shot clock. Now to Decker. Decker puts up her shot, and Leah Herbster is going to get called for the foul. John Brooks can't believe it, and it will have Leah Herbster foul out of the basketball game with 2 points, and will send Decker to the free throw line to shoot 2. And John Brooks still can't believe it. As we await, Vermillion will need to bring in a substitution, finally make their way with Lily Johnson. And again, we await the free throws upcoming from Decker. She has just 2 points. Came back in the first quarter. 80 seconds is all that remains in this ball game. First free throw off the mark. In fact, Decker is now 0 of 4 from the free throw line. Trying to make it a 6-point game. Second free throw is up and finally will knock it down. Quick whistle for substitutions as Decker will come out and Kendra McKinney will come back in. 50-44, 6-point game with 80 seconds that remains. Plitzowite will have it with the right-handed dribble. Quickly into the front court. Still Plitzowite almost travels, tries to make a tough pass to Jensen. And now a quick timeout called by head coach John Brooks. We'll take the 30-second Gulligan water break with them. You're listening to Tanager Basketball on ESPN. We're back in 30 seconds.
Our radio family is growing. Now you can listen to all of the Vermillion Tanagers broadcast on 2 stations, 101.5 FM and AM 1570. When the Tanagers are playing, tune in to either 101.5 FM or AM 1570 to catch the voice of the Tanagers, Heath Nimke, for every play. In addition, we invite you to listen to all of our ESPN programming. We thank you for listening and our radio sponsors that allow us to broadcast all of the Vermillion Tanager sports on ESPN, 101.5 FM and AM 1570.
Back inside Thunder Alley, 50-44. The T-Area Lady Titans, and what has been a great matchup. We expected this and could potentially be a matchup and region play as well. Holds a 6-point lead over Vermillion. Vermillion has the basketball with 1:13 in the fourth quarter. What can the Tanagers do on this offensive possession? To say the least, they need some kind of points. It's to Plitzowite. Underneath the hoop, she goes up strong, misses it. Plitzowite gets back her own rebound, right back up with it, misses it again. And it's going to be rebounded by Vasika. Vasika into the front court. Again, already 10 fouls against the Tanagers. So if they do foul, it would be double bonus. Olivia Ritter just dribbling around. Back to Katie Vasika, over to Olivia Ritter. Don't want to foul Ritter because she can knock down the free throws. And now a high pass to Vasika, 15 seconds. And finally, a timeout is just going to be called by head coach Adam Schrolzman. We'll keep it right here as, again, 50-44. At one point, Vermillion was able to take the lead late in the third quarter, 36-33. We were tied up after 3, 36-36. But the Lady Titans exploded right out of the gates in the fourth quarter, built a quick 5-point lead, and just built off of that. And that is how they've controlled this entire fourth quarter with the lead. 50-44, 43.9 remaining in the ball game. 15 seconds on the shot clock. And you can basically see John Brooks doesn't want to give up a foul unless it's to the right girl. And right now, Vasika and Olivia Ritter are two you don't want to put it up against. Here we go. Olivia Ritter has it along the Titans bench. We'll kick it into McKinney. McKinney is going to draw the foul against Shandy Ludwig. So Ludwig just comes and commits the simple foul. As mentioned, double bonus. So heading to the free throw line will be Kendra McKinney with 6 points in the ball game, trying to ice this one. First free throw is off the mark. Leaves it just short, hits the front iron twice and bounces off to the left. Still a chance to make it a 7-point ball game. McKinney knocks it down, 7 points for her. 51-44, 38 seconds, fourth quarter. Plitzowite quickly all the way from end to end, almost travels and does. She hopped twice with her 1 foot underneath the hoop, and it will give it back to the Lady Titans with 33.4, and Plitzowite is going to come out of the game. It will be Olivia Ritter who will quickly get it in to Katie Vasika in the backcourt. Still Vasika. Now will finally, with the left-handed dribble, the Titans move it around with 21 seconds. Still no foul has been given. Olivia Ritter close to the half-court stripe. Olivia Ritter, 15 seconds. And Vermillion is going to let this one just have a dribble out with Olivia Ritter as a big matchup between 1 and 2 in the region standings goes to the Lady Titans as they get the victory over Vermillion, 51-44. Stick around. This isn't the only game. We have double header action tonight between the Vermillion Tanagers and the T Area Titans. As the boys are up next, we take a 30-second break, and when we come back, it is the boys pregame here on ESPN 1015 AM 1570 and online at kvtk.com. Once again, it's final win the girls game with the T Area Titans 51, Vermillion 44. The boys pregame comes up next.
Midwest Ready Mix Equipment Vermillion.
We rent out and operate dozers, excavators. We also have aerial equipment.
Dave Hertz, Midwest Ready Mix.
We got telehandlers, payloaders, skid loaders, just a lot of different equipment that we rent and we sell it too. And you can rent to buy. And you end up having it for 6 months. We'll give you a buyout option on that thing.
Call Dave Hertz, Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment Vermillion. Easy to work with and not hard to find.
Back in Thunder Alley, as we just saw an exciting first game of our doubleheader tonight here on ESPN, as the Lady Titans take down the Vermillion Tanagers 51-44, and we now get you set for this matchup between the T-Area Titans and the Vermillion boys. As we mentioned in our pregame so far, if you look on paper, this one seems simple. Vermillion should easily roll past the Titans tonight, but that's going to be anything but, as the Titans have lost all 3 of their games against the #1 team in Class A, and then by 2 buzzer beaters against a very, very talented Del Rapids team and an also very talented Sioux Valley team. So it has been a tough beginning stretch for the Titans, and they look to get on the right mark tonight. For the Vermillion Tanagers, as you also have heard in our pregame, the first 3 games this season untested. Viborg, Hurley, it was a couple really stretches in that middle of the second quarter, late in the third quarter, that they were able to blow it open against the Viborg Hurley Cougars and cruise to that 19-point game. But as Coach Drake mentioned, it wasn't really necessarily cruising. It wasn't a blowout. It was more of a grind out. We should feel happy with what we got, but we need to continue to keep working and to keep growing. And we'll see who can do that tonight, if it can finally be the Titans that get that big win against the #5 team in Class A, as Vermillion does retain that ranking from a couple of weeks ago. No rankings according to the media last week, but again, they retain that #5 spot. All right, let's take a look at the starting laps for both the T-Area Titans and for the Vermillion Tanagers. First up, the T-Area Titans. Their starting lap looks like this. It'll be #3, Austin Lake, the 6'1" senior forward. #5, Garrett Colbeck, the 5'11" junior point guard. #11, Jeff Worth, the 5'11" junior guard. #15, Caden Ellington, the 6'7" senior center. And #23, Caden Lundeen, the 6'2" junior power forward. For the Vermillion Tanagers, it has been the same starting 5 the past couple of games. It looks like this. #20, Hunter Saunders, the 6' junior shooting guard. #22, Jacob Dobney, the 6' junior small forward. #24, Dylan Gestring, the 6'5" senior center. #32, Jake Jensen, the 6'2" junior point guard. And #50, Noah Gilbertson, the 6'3" junior power forward. Vermillion tonight will be in their all-red uniforms, numbers and letters that are in white. For the T-Area Titans, they're in their all-white uniforms with numbers and letters that are in blue, trimmed out in the gold with blue and gold running up the side of their jersey and pants. Thunder Alley has gotten even more electric for this big matchup. Again, 4-0 Vermillion Tanagers. The T-Area Titans at 0-3, looking for that first win. Vermillion, with the starting 5, will take center court, looking to have a big game tonight and continue to keep on rolling, as the Titans are looking to get out quickly against Vermillion. Dylan Gestring stands in the center circle, waiting for his opponent, which will be the obvious Caden Ellington, again the 6' center, who is going on to play football at the University of South Dakota. Both teams meet in the middle, handshakes all around. We are ready to go in doubleheader action. Game #2, opening tip won by Dylan Gestring, and we are underway, as it will be Connor Saunders who will bring it into the front court. Saunders, they work around out of Domney. Domney, the jumper, hits front iron, back iron, and off the mark, and rebounded by the Titans. The Titans into the front court quickly, trying to make some space with it. They work it over to the far side with Lundeen. Back over to the far wing, 3-pointer for Jeff Worth. This one rims in and out, rebounded easily to Jake Jensen. Jensen up to Dylan Gestring. Gestring dribble in between the legs, back out to Noah Gilbertson. Pump fakes the 3 now driving, and a contact made inside the lane will go against Caden Ellington, his first personal, and the first team foul. We're 35 seconds into the first quarter. Vermillion will have it with Gilbertson. He'll now shoot the 3, knocks it down. Noah Gilbertson, 3 points for him to begin the ball game, and the Tanagers with that 3-point lead, 45 seconds in. presses on. They finally break it with Garrett Colbeck, but a double team. Colbeck trying to work his way out of it, and he can't. Loose basketball going to be picked up by Vermillion, and then a quick foul called on T, trying to rip it back. And that gets the entire bench and excitement from Jay Drake and the rest of the staff. The foul called on Austin Lake, his first personal, and his second team foul. Jensen will get it into Saunders. Saunders across the Titan logo. The right-handed dribble, looking for Dobney. Dobney holds it high above his head, looking for someone to pass to. Now over to Saunders. Wide open three. He'll take it off the back iron and rebounded by the Titans. 3-0, 6:48 first quarter. Here come the Titans quickly with Lundeen. Back over to the top and work around the perimeter. Three-pointer now from Garrett Colbeck. He drains it. Back-to-back threes for both teams, and we're tied 3-3. Connor Saunders will bring it to the front court. Don't expect this to grow into too much of a lead for either team. It is going to be back and forth all night long. It's Dobney who has it. Now fadeaway jumper, leaves it short. Rebounded by Jeff Worth. Worth quickly up to Garrett Colbeck right in front of the Tanager bench. Back out to Austin Lake as they work it around the perimeter once again. Lundeen carries it down to the low block with his dribble. Now we'll kick it back out to Garrett Colbeck, who dribbles to the free throw line, and nothing really happening. Back out to Jeff Worth. He puts up a jumper and knocks it down. 5-0 run for the T area Titans, and they lead it 5-3, 5:52 first quarter. Noah Gilbertson has it, pump fakes the three. Back out to Jensen. Now over to Saunders. To Dobney. Dobney looking for Gestreen. They get it down to him at the elbow. Gestreen trying to spin in, and he's going to knock over and take the charge. Nice job by Austin Lake as he gets knocked over. Dylan Gestreen picks up his first personal and a first team foul for the Vermillion Tanagers. 5:38, a lot of chirping from both benches so far. And when I say chirping, I mean in the good way. Quick three in the corner, knocked down from Garrett Colbeck. 6 points for him, all from beyond the arc. 8-3, 5:21 first quarter, as it's an 8-0 run for the Titans. Now down to Gestreen. Gestreen underneath the hoop, reverse layup, knocks it home. Dylan feeling like he's gotten a little bit back in his groove, at least in the first 3 minutes here. He's kind of making his way home underneath the hoop. It's in the front court finally. Lundeen pump fakes a three. Passed over to the far side with Jeff Worth. Jeff Worth drives the lane back out to Lundeen. He's now going to drive underneath the hoop. He lays off the glass too strong, and a rebound by the Tanagers with Noah Gilbertson. Hands it off to Jake Jensen. Jensen back to Noah Gilbertson. Gilbertson thinks about the three for just a moment, but decides not to take it. 8-5, 4:42 first quarter. Dobney underneath the hoop tries to force a tough pass, tips off a couple of fingertips, and falls in the hands of Gilbertson. He tries to drive, but it's going to be stolen away by Ellingson. And T has it, leading it by 3, 8-5, 4:27 first quarter. And the front court, Garrett Colbeck. Now passes over to Jeff Worth. Back over to Colbeck. Guarded closely by Connor Saunders. Colbeck driving in, and a charge is going to be taken by Noah Gilbertson as he plants his feet tough inside the lane. The third team foul now on the T area Titans, and the first one on Garrett Colbeck. Nobody has more than 2 for the Titans, as Lake, Colbeck, and Ellington have all picked up 1. In the front court, Vermillion has it, trailing by 3. At the free throw line, it's Dobney. Back over to Connor Saunders to the top. Gilbertson, he'll shoot the 3. He knocks it down. Noah Gilbertson now has 6 points in the ball game. 8-8, and a quick turnover. Dobney gets it off the glass, and he has his first 2 points. And Vermillion, just like that, in a matter of 3 seconds, takes back the lead. 10-8, 3:45 first quarter. In fact, I was looking down, making my score for Noah Gilbertson. That's how quickly Dobney laid off the glass on the steal. Underneath the hoop, and now pass going to be stolen away by Jacob Dobney. Dobney quickly opposite, end to end, and Dobney 4 points using that cross-country speed. And it's up to a 4-point lead now for the Vermillion Tanagers. 12-8, 3:23 first quarter. It has been back and forth action so far. Passing around to the top of the key. Now driving is Jeff Worth. Back out, three-pointer. A little bit of a tip, but still hits off the rim for Austin Lake. And rebounded by Vermillion. Dobney a no-look pass, trying to get it up to Gilbertson. Not going to work, as sniffing it out was Garrett Colbeck. Now quickly the Titans the other way with Jeff Worth. Back to the top, and they work it to that far side right in front of the Titan faithful with Garrett Colbeck. Back over to the near side with Jeff Worth. Back out, Colbeck shoots the three. Front iron off the mark. If he would have made that, that would have given him 3 for the ball game. Rebounded, though, by the Tanagers. Jensen will hand it off to Dobney as Dobney gets it across the timeline. Dobney just slowing things down a little bit, trying to spread out the offense. Dobney underneath the hoop. Turnaround jumper off the mark. Loose basketball is going to be pulled down by Austin Lake. Still in the backcourt. Here come the Titans as they get it across the 10-second line. 12-8, 4-point lead for Vermillion. 2:23 first quarter. Titans have it. They get it back to the top with Lundeen. Now back to Colbeck. Back to Lundeen. Lundeen's going to drive. Trying to make a pass underneath the hoop to Caden Ellingson. Goes beyond his fingertips and out of bounds. And now a whole bunch of substitutions are going to be made. But first we have to go get the basketball. It went all the way into the lunchroom. We finally got it. Cale Mockler along with Nick Sorensen will both come in. And a few for the Titans as Caden Ellingson will come out along with Austin Lake. We'll get you the Titans that just checked in a moment as they have it. Now contact away from the hoop, and a foul is called. 12-8, 2:12, first quarter. So now it'll be Blake Thompson, or excuse me, it was to Cale London who tries to throw it in. It's going to be stolen away, though, as it was knocked up in the air by Connor Saunders, and Saunders will easily get 2. 14-8, 2 minutes, first quarter. The Titans have it as they work it around the perimeter. Now underneath the hoop, driving. Thompson back out. Fake three-pointer from Glanzer, who also checked in at the last break. Now a three-pointer the opposite way. On the near side is Lundeen. It's off the mark and rebounded by Vermillion. 14-8, 1:41, first quarter. Dobney is going to try to make some space, and contact is made just slightly, and a foul is called. The foul will go against Blake Thompson, his first personal, in the 4th team foul. Noah Gilbertson will come out with 6 points, all from beyond the tray. And it was Dylan Gestring who came back in. Also, Jeff Worth will check back in as Garrett Colbeck will check out. 14-8, 1:40, first quarter. Saunders quickly into Gestring. Gestring trying to make some space. Almost has it knocked away. Gestring backing his way in and will lay it up and good for 2. Gestring, 4 points for him in the fourth quarter. Or excuse me, in the first quarter. 16-8, 8-point lead for Vermillion. Now driving Glanzer underneath easily. Great pass to Reese Krishman as he gets his first 2 points. 16-10. That ended a 6-0 run that the Tanagers found themselves on. It's with Saunders, belt high, top of the perimeter, all the way back out to Dylan Gestring, halfway in between the circles. Now a three-pointer from Dobney, this one off the mark, and rebounded by Jeff Worth. Worth quickly from end to end, now going to pass back out to Lundeen, shoot from Lundeen, leaves it just short, offensive rebound, and Reese Krishman now picks up 4 points off the bench quickly as Noah Gilbertson is ready to check back in. 16-12, 43 seconds, first quarter. Saunders with the right-handed dribble into the front court. Now over to Dobney. Back to Dylan Gestring. He gets knocked over as he loses his dribble, and then a tie-up in the lane. Jump ball is called. Possession arrow points the way of the Titans. Gestring wiped away his nose. No blood, though, as Nick Sorensen will come out. Noah Gilbertson back in. Colbeck back in for the Titans as Blake Thompson will come out. 16-12, 34 seconds remain in this first quarter. The Titans, if they want to, can hold that last second shot. And it looks like Lundeen does know the situation. As he dribbles it towards the top of the logo. Now get it back to Jeff Worth at the logo. Colbeck to Lundeen as they make no movement on offense yet, the Titans. Controlled with goal. Garrett Colbeck, 7 seconds. Now over to Lundeen in the far corner, trying to get it underneath to Reese Krishman. It's going to be knocked away from him, but then a pass goes right from Saunders to Krishman, and off the glass, good for 2, and Krishman is fouled, and he'll head to the free throw line. They're trying to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. The Titans find themselves on a 6-0 run, all coming from Reese. 16-14. And now the scores will have to, the officials will come to the scorer's table, sort something out for just a moment. They do so, and we're ready to go. So Reese trying to make it a 7-0 run. Trying to hit the old-fashioned three-point play. 16-14. Free throw is up and off the mark. 1 second, and Noah Gilbertson's not even going to throw the half-court heave, or actually a full-court heave, and that will end the first quarter. Vermillion with the lead, 16-14. You're listening to high school basketball on ESPN. We're back in 60 seconds.
Make space for tall items. Quickly and easily move the bins side to side for convenient storage options. The Flexi Slide Bin, brought to you by Whirlpool.
(16-14) as we're back into Thunder Alley. Vermillion Tanagers have a 2-point lead as we begin this second quarter. And with the basketball, it's Domney underneath the hoop, trying to make a little bit of separation, loses his dribble, and it will be out of bounds. So 9 seconds, leave the second quarter. It's a turnover for Vermillion. Titans have it in the backcourt with Lundeen. Bounce pass up to Austin Lake. Lake all the way over to Jeff Worth. Worth shoots the three-pointer off the back iron. Loose basketball finally going to be ripped down by Jake Jensen as he cleans up the garbage. Jensen into the front court, hassled. Now we'll pass it over to Domney. Domney jumper at the free throw line, knocks it down. Jacob Domney, now 6 points for him in the ball game. 18-14, 40 seconds already gone in this second quarter. Jeff Worth in the front court, now to the logo with Garrett Colbeck, and it's going to be an over and back as there's been tough defense for Vermillion. Kale Lundeen has a conversation with the ref. Nothing going to work out as Vermillion able to force a big turnover. 18-14, the Titans did go on a 7-0 run to end that first quarter. That's how it got close again, but otherwise it's been a lot of Vermillion. Saunders has it at the block, puts up a jumper, knocks it down. Saunders, 4 points for him in the ball game. 20-14 as quickly Vermillion begins this second quarter on a 4-0 run of their own. Austin Lake in the front court, down to the low block, loses it, and it's going to be into the hands of Domney. Domney on the 2-on-1, takes it himself and just chucks it off the glass and gets the lucky bounce. 8 points for him now in the ball game. He averages just over 22. 22-14, Vermillion on an honest 6-0 run. Near wing for the Titans. They decide not to take the three-pointer with Austin Lake. They work it around the perimeter. Back to Lake, back to the top with Garrett Colbeck. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Lundeen now has it. Over to Jeff Worth in that far corner. Back to the top with Garrett Colbeck. 8 seconds. Now Lundeen's going to drive. Throws it off the glass. Is a charge taken? No. Kale Lundeen is able to get the shot to fall and draw the foul on Noah Gilbertson, as Gilbertson thought he had his feet planted first. It is now the 4th team foul called on the Vermillion Tanagers. And it will send, by the way, Lundeen trying to get complete the three-point play. It was his first 2 points. And by the way, I'm sorry, they will not call the foul on Noah Gilbertson, but instead Dylan Gestring as he picks up his second. Cleaning up some sweat off the ground right underneath the hoop of Noah Gilbertson. 22-16 with that made bucket. It did end the 6-0 run that Vermillion found themselves on to begin the second quarter. 22-16, still cleaning up that sweat. And now Gilbertson going to come out. Gestring's going to come out. as Nick Sorensen will check in. We still continue to wait to make sure everything's ready to go. We're still underneath the hoop, looking at more sweat. We're going to grab another towel. How much sweat has Noah Gilbertson lost so far in this first quarter, into the second quarter? It seems like they're cleaning up a lake right now underneath the hoop. Finally, we get everything cleaned up. We're ready to go to complete the three-point play. Cale Lundeen is at the free throw line. Free throw is up, and he's going to leave it short, and it's going to try to get the rebound underneath the hoop, and stepping out of bounds is Nick Sorensen, so it will stay with the T-Area Titans after the missed free throw. 22-16. Rebounded Austin Lake. Up to Lundeen. Lundeen quickly in the front court. Now over to the corner. Back to Lundeen. Lundeen spin the lane. Now underneath to Reese Krishman, and this one's going to be knocked away from him. Loose basketball on the court. Picked up by Sorensen to Dobney. Here it comes into action. Dobney spin. Foul. Puts up the shot. Misses. No. A charge is taken in the lane. Oh, no. Excuse me. It'll be a thrown elbow. That's what they're going to call it. It'll be Dobney who picks up a foul, the 5th team foul on the Vermillion Tanagers. And that one, I believe, is the first one called on Jacob Dobney. 22-16. 5-10, second quarter. Titans into the front quarter, now into the corner. Three-pointer off the front iron with Garrett Colbeck. Rebounded by Dobney. Dobney again from end to end. Underneath the hoop, and was going to get the fall as he lays it off the glass. Jacob Dobney, and with that, hits double figures. 10 points for him in the ball game. He leads all scorers, by the way. 24-16, an 8-point lead for the Vermillion Tanagers. It's quickly trying to make a no-look pass is Gabe Glanzer, but shoots off the knee of Sorensen and falls into the hands of the Tanagers. And the front court now with Noah Gilbertson. Hands it to Dobney. Back to Saunders at the top of the key to Jake Jensen looking for his first points. Now down to the low block to Sorensen. Back out to Gilbertson. He shoots a three. He is made contact with. He misses it, but he will head to the free throw line to shoot three as Gabe Glanzer pulls up with the foul. It is the now 5th team foul on the T-Area Titans. Both teams actually with 5 team fouls. As we mentioned, Gilbertson will shoot 1 of 3 as he makes the first one. He now has 7 for the ball game. It's his first points of this second quarter. Otherwise, the other 6 all came from beyond the arc in that first quarter. Second free throw, knocks it down. 8 points for him. Now up to double digits for the Tanagers, 26-16, 4:24, second quarter. 1, 2, and 3, count them all, as Noah Gilbertson hits all 3 free throws. 27-16. The Titans trying to get some points into this second quarter. As so far, they've only scored 2. Vermillion, 11. It's with the Titans. They have it at the top of the key with Gabe Glanzer. Glanzer driving in, now trying to make a pass, and whistle is called. It's a charge as Connor Saunders stands in there tall to take the charge. The foul called on Gabe Glanzer. It's the 6th team foul, the second one on Gabe Glanzer. 4:03 second quarter, 27-16. Coming up at halftime, we'll have the Saunders Chiropractic halftime show. Look at stats, scores from around the state of South Dakota as well. Stick around for that. 27-16 as Saunders has it in the front court. Now to Jensen. Three-pointer from Jensen. Off the mark and rebounded by Cale Lundeen. Lundeen, bounce pass up to Austin Lake. Lake, rainbow pass to the opposite side. Jeff Worth, three-pointer. He leaves it short. Rebounded by the flying Jake Jensen. Now to Dobney. Dobney fakes out one. Still Dobney tries to split a double team. Dobney did throw his arm a little bit, but a foul called on the Titans. That does make it foul number 7, and it'll be Dobney who will shoot a 1-and-1. The foul, by the way, comes against the man off the bench, Gabe Glanzer. And now Blake Thompson will come in for Gabe. 3:31, second quarter. Jake Jensen will come out. Cale Mockler will take his spot on the hardwood. 27-16, 3:31. The 1-and-1 first free throw off the mark. Dobney knew he was going to miss it too. He leaned into it and then went chasing after it. Unlucky though to not pull down the rebound. It is rebounded by the Titans. They come quickly, three-pointer from Lundeen. He leaves that short. The Titans are just throwing up threes, and they continue to come up empty so far in this second frame. It's Saunders now over to Noah Gilbertson, 3:08, second quarter. Now Saunders holds it. Instructions from the coaches, but he's a little confused. We'll just get to Kale Mockler, now underneath to along the baseline. To Gilbertson. Gilbertson tries to force a tough shot, misses. Sorensen with the rebound. He goes back up, gets it to fall, and he's fouled. And off the bench, it's the first bench points for Vermillion. And it will be Nick Sorensen to try to complete the three-point play. That's crazy to say. 27 from the starters, and with Nick Sorensen making it 29-16, as this one is starting to get out of hand in the second quarter. As T has scored just 2 points. We're going to take a 30-second break. We're back in 30 seconds here on ESPN.
Pump up your car, coolers, and tummy with Pump and Pack in Vermillion. Whether you're coming or going, we are here for you when you need us with what you need. Grocery items, beer, snacks, fuel, wine, hot dogs, pizza by the slice, and now for real ice cream smoothies and shakes, cookie dough, strawberry banana, and even mocha latte. We are open when you need us 24 hours a day with what you need at Pump and Pack on West Cherry Street in Vermillion.
Back at Thunder Alley, the home of the T-Area Titans and Lady Titans, as right now in the second quarter, Vermillion has found themselves to begin this second quarter as we're now heading into the latter part on a 13-2 run. And again, the Vermillion Tanagers, they lead it 29-16. And we await to try to complete a three-point play from Nick Sorensen. As everyone's sorted back out, Drew Weber, the man who called the timeout, the head coach of the T-Area Titans, not happy during that break. Trying to complete the three-point play. Bank is open. How about for Nick Sorensen? He makes it. 3 points for him in the ball game, 30-16. It's a 14-point lead. It makes it now a 14-2 in this just second quarter. Thompson, he's going to drive all the way in, finds a little bit of separation, and Blake Thompson gets his first 2 points off the bench for the Titans, making it 30-18 and finally ending a big run that Vermillion found themselves on of 12 points. Connor Saunders over to Kale Mockler. Mockler along the far wing. Back to the top to Gilbertson. Seeing man-to-man defense right now from the Titans. Now to Dobney. Over to Sorensen. It's going to be stolen away from Blake Thompson. Thompson quickly up to Lundeen, and Lundeen, it looked like he thought about slamming it home. And when anybody starts a run against the Tanagers, head coach Jay Drake always calls a timeout, and he will use it right now. 2:09 in this second quarter. We'll step aside, and we'll be back in 30 seconds here on ESPN 1015 AM 1570 and online at kvtk.com.
Vermillion Medical Clinic has an ongoing mission to provide areas with quality health care and convenient access to medical professionals. Our patients at Vermillion Medical Clinic value our dedicated primary care physicians, compassionate PAs, and consistently scheduled outreach specialty care. If you have health questions, need a screening, or have medical concerns for yourself or family members, call us for an appointment or visit VermillionMedicalClinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
Titans find themselves on now and have drawn it down to just 10 points as head coach Jay Drake mainly just called that timeout to reset his defense and make sure everybody was okay, and again to stop that run. The Titans found themselves with momentum. Saunders in the backcourt, gets it over to Kale Mockler. They'll finally get it across the timeline. Mockler, double team, now back over to Connor Saunders, trying to get a pass over to Noah Gilbertson, chases it down just in time. Now all the way back to the top to Dobney, now over to Saunders. Saunders shoots the three. Connor Saunders knocks it down. He was wide open in the corner. 33-20. Now a pass is going to be stolen away by Connor Saunders. Saunders tries to dribble his way out of trouble as he was double teamed quickly. Still Saunders in the lane and puts up the shot, gets it to fall, and he's fouled. Or no. Are they not going to count it? Oh, they're not going to count the shot. They say the foul occurred before the shot. Saunders will still head to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1. He's unaware of that, and he's just disappointed it didn't count. And Coach Drake gets an explanation. He's happy with it. As we mentioned, no three-point play. Don't count the bucket, but Saunders will still head to the free throw line as that is foul number 8. So 1-1 upcoming. 33-20. 93 seconds remain in this first half. First free throw knocked down by Saunders. I mentioned it in our pregame interview that we had to cut out. I said to Jay Drake, who has to step up for seniors and getting more scoring to help out Dobney? And he said, well, just everyone needs to step up. But right now, Connor Saunders is helping out nicely with now 9 points in this first half. And that matches his season high. 35-20. Thompson has it in the front court. It's brought a lot of energy off the bench here late in this second quarter. Jeff Worth now has it. With his dribble, carries it over the corner. Back over to Thompson, to Lundeen. They work it around the perimeter. Vermillion with the help defense. Back out to Thompson, squares up, shoots the three, rims in and out, and Cale Mockler tries to pull down the rebound, and he can't, and it will go out of bounds. Out of bounds, by the way, I should mention by Cale Lundeen. Sometimes you see it and then mention it fully. 35-20, Vermillion will have the basketball. 1:03, first half. Dobney across the T logo. Bounce pass over to Jake Jensen. Now to the corner, Noah Gilbertson. Contact was made with his hand. No foul called. Misses everything. And then a carry by Lundeen in the backcourt as he tried to make a pass up to Jeff Worth. And it will be a turnover. Vermillion will have it in the front court. 52.5 remaining in this first half. Vermillion right now on a 5-0 run, 35-20. Saunders, a part of that reason, and he drives, draws contact, throws up his shot, can't get it to fall, hits off the side iron, but he'll head to the free throw line to shoot another 2, as this is foul number 10 now on the Titans. And number 2 called on Blake Thompson. Again, the Saunders Chiropractic halftime show comes up. We'll have a look at the first half statistics and scores from around the state of South Dakota. First free throw on the 2 is off the mark for Connor Saunders. 9 for him in the ball game. Second free throw upcoming, as it will be now coming into the game, Carter Mart. I believe he had 15 points in the JV game earlier. Connor Saunders will make the second free throw, give him 10 for the ball game. Already double figures. So Dobney and Connor Saunders have both hit double figures, both with 10 points. 36-20, 40 seconds. That's all that remains in this first half. It's moving around over to the near corner. Jeff Worth putting down the dribble. Now into lane, back out, wide open three-pointer. This one rings through for Austin Lake for his first 3 points. 36-23. Vermillion can hold for the last second shot with 20 seconds. Matching the number that Saunders holds on the back of his jersey and front. Dribble in between the leg. Now we'll kick it over to Dobney. Back over to Saunders. 10 seconds. Saunders, the right-handed dribble to the top of the key. Trying to get a little bit of space. 5 seconds, and Saunders pull-up jumper. This one off the mark. Rebounded. A quick pass up to Jeff Worth. He won't get anything off before the buzzer. And we go to halftime. Vermillion with the lead. 36-23, and a big reason Vermillion able to outscore the Titans going into halftime 20-9 in that second quarter. Stick around as the Saunders Chiropractic halftime show comes up next here on ESPN 101.5 AM 1570 and around the world, KVTK.com.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermillion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
If you're considering a new roof, you want to put your roof in the hands of Dave's Roofing. Dave's Roofing specializes in residential roofing and has over 10 years of experience. Dave's Roofing covers any job from a 60 to 80 mile radius of Sioux City and has a 10-man crew that completes most jobs in one day. Dave's Roofing will make sure the cleanup job is done right afterwards too. And the products installed are impact rated and eligible for homeowners insurance discounts. Look up Dave's Roofing on Facebook and check out the work that's been done and customer testimonials.
Back here at halftime in Thunder Alley as the Vermillion boys lead it right now at halftime, 36-23. And I completely forgot that John Brooks was going to join me at halftime here in the Saunders Chiropractic halftime show as the Vermillion girls, they fall in a tough contest, 51-44. And Coach Brooks, you have to appreciate that effort in the third quarter that was made from the girls. What was it that came down the fourth quarter, not being able to foul out Olivia Ritter and letting the Titans kind of get back in and controlling that fourth quarter?
Yeah, you know, we were pretty disappointed after the first quarter. We didn't really execute our game plan as we wanted to, like we wanted to on the defensive side. Ritter and Vasika were getting to the hoop too easy, and really at the last three quarters, I thought we did a really good job on them. We took a couple charges, and we really made it hard for those two to score. Afterwards in the locker room, we told our girls it wasn't our defense tonight; it was our offense that kind of let us down, and we weren't efficient enough. We didn't move the ball enough on offense. We forced too many things, and that's something, you know, credit T with their ball pressure, but that's something we got to improve moving forward.
So much of this season, and I know you agree with this, comes down to your bench play. If you get a lot of points off the bench, you're going to win, and you're going to win handily. Tonight, that was not the case. Did you mention that to the girls of how important that is?
Yeah, you know, and obviously we're kind of getting to the point of the season where we're really figuring out some roles, and, you know, we have some bench kids coming in regarding Vasika and Ritter, and, you know, they did a really good job with that. And obviously it's nice to get points off the bench, but, you know, that was also that was the most ball pressure we've really seen this year. And we can go back to the Ponca game, and they did some things too, but T really got after. They got some really good athletes, and we didn't handle it the best at times.
Lexi Plitzer-White finishes a big game, including 11 in that third quarter after having 10 at halftime. How nice is that to see her dominate a ball game, especially when your team needs to get back into it and go into a fourth quarter?
Yeah, obviously she made a lot of plays in the third quarter for us there to keep us going, and yeah, obviously we need her to score. You know, she can put the ball in the hoop, and then, you know, when we're good is when the other kids can put the ball in the hoop as well. So hopefully we can get back to that balance scoring on Friday against Parkston. I say
let's go right into that Parkston on Friday. I know you really haven't seen anything, but what do you know about the Trojans and getting ready for them?
Yeah, it doesn't get much easier here. Obviously Parkston's very, very good this season. Got everybody back pretty much from last year's team, and they got Yost inside, who's a beast. So we're gonna have to get back. It'll be a little bit of a different game. You know, T is very good on the perimeter with their guards, and Parkston's the opposite. They got a really good point guard in Zebra, but then they really try to pound the ball inside. So we're gonna have to be physical on the paint. We're gonna have to rebound really well to have a chance on Friday.
Coach, let's go make it 5-2 on Friday. All right?
Okay, thanks, Heath.
There he is, head coach John Brooks on the Saunders Chiropractic halftime show. We're paused for 30 seconds, and when we come back, the first half statistics from the boys' game at halftime. Vermillion leads it 36-23. That's on the way next.
So we're buying a bigger home.
A 4-bedroom, but, you know, with room to grow.
Your ocular cavity is malfunctioning.
You know, because we want kids.
Calculating offspring life insurance.
No, wait. We only have a cat.
Calculating farm insurance.
Is there somebody else who can help us?
Only a human who knows you can create a plan that's right for you. That's why for 80 years we've built relationships first and plans second. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau Agent Debbie Profrock in Vermillion at 605-624-3011.
20-9 in that second quarter. Otherwise, it's been a very quiet night from a majority of the starters from T area that gets them in trouble, and their three-point shooting so far throughout the ball game has just been tough. 3 of 14 from beyond the arc tonight for the T area Titans. Vermillion on the opposite side, they've also just made 3 3-pointers, but they've only taken 8. Otherwise, they are 56% from the field, shooting 13 of 23, whereas the Titans just shooting 10 of 23 in the free throw line as well. 7 points for Vermillion as they're 7 of 9 from the free throw line. The T area Titans have just attempted 2. They have missed them both. Leading scorers for the T area Titans include 2 different ones of Reese Krishman off the bench, 6 points, and also Garrett Colbeck, 6 points for him. Kel Lundeen, 4 points. 3 points from Austin Lake and 2 points apiece for Blake Thompson and Jeff Worth, and yet to see any points from Caden Ellingson. In fact, he has spent a majority of his time on the bench, picking up a couple fouls. For the Vermillion Tanagers, double figures for 2, including Connor Saunders and Jacob Dobney, both with 10 points. Noah Gilbertson with 9. Otherwise, just 4 points from Dylan Gestring. Still 0 for Jake Jensen as the other starter, and only 3 points off the bench for the Vermillion Tanagers of Nick Sorensen. But again, 36-23 right now at halftime. We pause for another minute here on the Saunders Chiropractic halftime show, and when we come back, we bring you the second half that's on the way next here on ESPN 101.5 AM 1570 and online at kvtk.com.
Digital Solutions started a little over 6 years ago doing Facebook Live videos for a couple ball games. And little did we know we'd have the 2020 pandemic and so many reasons for doing live streams on our new YouTube channel. We have 12 schools we cover: Mississippi, South Dakota, and Iowa. And we're always growing. If you're interested in working with FDS as camera operator or play-by-play for the many sports we cover, or if you would like to use our services to live stream your event, email us at fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com and subscribe to Fuller Digital Solutions on YouTube.
Radio family is growing. Now you can listen to all of the Vermillion Tanagers broadcast on 2 stations, 101.5 FM and AM 1570. When the Tanagers are playing, tune in to either 101.5 FM or AM. In addition, we invite you to listen to all of our ESPN programming. We thank you for listening and our radio sponsors that allow us to broadcast all of the Vermillion Tanager sports on ESPN 101.5 FM and AM 1570.
Alley as Vermillion, they have a halftime lead, 36-23. Vermillion ranked number 5 in the state of South Dakota. How crazy is this when it comes to at least the media rankings? Has there ever been any other team in Class A that's first 4 opponents have all been ranked inside the top 5? That includes for T, the number 1 team of Del Rapids. They've also played against Dakota Valley, Del Rapids, and then Sioux Valley. Del Rapids and Sioux Valley, they both lost on a buzzer beater, including Sioux Valley just the other night inside the Pentagon. And things don't get any easier for the T area Titans as they have Madison, who is 4-1 on their season as well coming up, and just also a couple AA opponents throughout this season yet scheduled in for the T area Titans. And one of the games that they probably should have found a win so far in the Garrettson game, a power outage and a snowstorm kind of affecting both situations and not able to play that game. So that's how they find themselves, as I mentioned, 0-3 on the season, and right now heading to 0-4, but because they're playing against such tough opponents all inside Class A. That is the Saunders Chiropractic halftime show, as Vermillion will come out of the halftime locker room with that 13-point lead. And they're all red uniforms, numbers and letters that are in white. The T area Titans return back with their 5 starters of Austin Lake, Garrett Colbeck, Jeff Worth, Caden Ellenson, and Kel Lundeen on the court. Vermillion again with their starting 5 back out there with Saunders, Dobney, Gestring, Jensen, and Gilbertson. T will begin the second half with the basketball with Cale Lundeen along the near wing. He pulls up 3-pointer and knocks it down. Great way for Cale Lundeen and the Titans to begin. 36-25. As I mentioned, Cale Lundeen hits a big opening shot that the Titans needed. Now it's Gestrin in the front court. Has it in the lane, goes up tough between the trees, and lays it up and in. Gestrin, his first 2 points since the first quarter after he found himself in early foul trouble at the beginning of the second quarter. 38-25 as both teams traded their opening bucket on the first offensive possession. It's now with Garrett Colbeck. Now to Austin Lake. Hands it off to Lundeen. Lundeen dribbles it to the free throw line. Jumper from there. Misses. Ripped down from the air is Dylan Gestrin. Gives it over to Jacob Dobney. Dobney at the arc. Top of it. Misses the three-pointer as he shot it right away. Rebounded by Austin Lake. Lake, the right-handed dribble inside the lane, is going to have it poked away from behind by Dobney. Dobney picks up the loose basketball. End to end, Dobney off the glass, gets it to fall. He's fouled, and he'll head to the free throw line as Jacob Dobney continues his impressive performance of this evening. Now 12 for the ball game and trying to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. The foul, by the way, is called on Jeff Worth. That'll be his first personal and the first team foul. 40-25. And he will knock it down to complete the three-point play. Jacob Dobney, 13 for him in the ballgame. 41-25, 6:37, third quarter. In the backcourt, Titans finally get it across the timeline. Over to the far side with Garrett Colbeck. They work it around the perimeter from far to near. Now back into the lane, back out, three-pointer. This one knocks it down from Garrett Colbeck. All 9 of his points from beyond the arc, 41-28. And that's the thing the Titans can do. If they can start hitting it from beyond the arc, they can get themselves right back into it. Dobney, pull-up jumper, leaves it short, but offensive rebound by Dylan Gestrin. Double team, he goes back up strong with it. Can't get it to fall. Rebounded by the Titans. And here comes Austin Lake. He's going to drive in the lane, now kick back out. Three-pointer near side, knocks it down. Back-to-back threes for the T-Area Titans. This one belongs to Jeff Worth. And we're at double digits, only 41-31, 5:44, third quarter. Noah Gilbertson to the top of the key. Jake Jensen still looking for his first points. Jumper, gets it to fall. Jake Jensen, Vermillion is able to counter every punch that T has thrown so far and still hold on to a 12-point lead, 43-31, as head coach Jay Drake will call a timeout with the Culligan water break. We'll keep it right here. Something we didn't do during the Saunders Chiropractic halftime show is check some scores from around the state of South Dakota. So let's do that. Right now, Lennox, halfway through the third quarter, trail to Mount Vernon Plankinton, 35-34, just by 1. And other scores, Millbank defeats Canton 66-55. Canastota leads it all over other DAC 12 opponent, Elk Point Jefferson, 36-14. Belfouche over St. Thomas More right now at the end of 1, 28-10. And that is, look at scores from around the state of South Dakota, at least in Class A. In Class AA, Sioux Falls Washington defeats Sioux Falls Lincoln 74-49. Yankton takes down Sioux City East 72-59. And Harrisburg defeats Western Christian of Iowa 67-48. 52-52 Watertown and Brookings right now under 1 minute in the fourth quarter. And that's the scores from around the state of South Dakota. Back in action here. It's the Titans who have it. Jump shot left short by Kale Lundeen, but ripped down by Caden Ellington. Now another three-pointer in the far corner, knocks it down. Here's Garrett Colbeck, and he now has 12 for the ball game, 43-34, and it's back down to single digits. It's Noah Gilbertson. He shoots a three. This one off the mark, and it's going to be rebounded. Loose basketball now on the court. Finally picked back up by the Titans. Quickly from end to end go the Titans after they almost lost it. Now back to Garrett Colbeck, and he is going to travel. He pump faked the three and never took a dribble and just kept on going with his movement. Garrett Colbeck has hit 2 threes in this third quarter. Kale Lundeen has hit a 3, and also Jeff Worth has hit a 3. All 12 points for the Titans have come from beyond the arc. 43-34, 4:45, third quarter. Noah Gilbertson holding it belt high. Will kick it back behind to Connor Saunders. Saunders over to Jake Jensen. Now gets it down to the low block with Dylan Gestrin. Puts up his shot, but it's going to be blocked away by Ellington. And Ellington will get the loose basketball and hand it off to Austin Lake as the Titans move from defense to offense. Now to Jeff Worth on the far side. over to Lundeen. Lundeen along the baseline, back out, work over to the corner, three-pointer once again, knocks it down, another three-pointer from Garrett Kolbeck. Now 9 points in this third quarter, 15 for the ball game, 43-37. It's down to a 6-point lead for the Vermillion Tanagers. How about this from the Titans? 15 points off from beyond the arc here in this third quarter. Cale Mockler now over to Noah Gilbertson. Gilbertson still holding on to it. Pump fakes a couple times. We'll get it over to Connor Saunders. 7 seconds. Saunders going to drive in, put up a shot, leave it short. Rebounded by the Titans. It's Ellingson who will kick it now over to Lundeen. Now to Jeff Worth, over to Kolbeck, another three-pointer. This time it's off the mark, but an offensive rebound, batted back out like a volleyball, and now contact inside the lane, and a foul is called. Movement away from the ball. It was Lundeen who crashed into Noah Gilbertson, and that will be the second team foul, and the first one called on Lundeen. 43-37. As Vermillion has struggled, but also big points from beyond the three-point line. Now Dobney in the lane. Jumper for him, knocks it down. Jacob Dobney now with 5 points in this third quarter, 45-37. Only 9 points for the Tanagers. Outscored 15-9 in this third period. Moving around the ball over to the top now with Garrett Kolbeck to Lundeen. Lundeen is going to crash in. Ooh. Crashes into Jake Jensen, but wasn't bringing the basketball with him as he crashed into Jensen. But a foul will be called. It's the first one on Jake, and the first team foul for Vermillion in this third quarter. Nick Sorensen will come in as Noah Gilbertson will come out. Also, Austin Lake will come out of the game as Gabe Glanzer with 3 personal fouls will check in for the first time of this second half. 45-37, 2:44 third quarter. It's control with Worth. Back to Lundeen at the top of the key. Lundeen driving in, throws off the shot glass. Too strong. Rebounded by Vermillion. Dobney quickly up to Saunders. Saunders pump fakes the three. Now over to Dobney. Dobney going to drive. Now kicks it over to Gestring. He'll shoot the three. Knock it down. Dylan Gestring. Give him 9 points for the ball game, 5 in this third quarter, and it's back up to double digits for Vermillion, 48-37. Can the T area Titans get over this hump, or is it too far gone? Seems like even when they get some big shots falling, Vermillion able to stretch it back out. It's Garrett Kolbeck. He's going to drive in, put up a floater, get it to fall. No, shot won't count as a charge is taken by Sorensen. Whoa, how unfortunate for Garrett Kolbeck. But a great charge taken by Nick Sorensen. And it is the second foul called on Garrett Kolbeck. Third team foul, as it's been a pretty clean third quarter. In fact, a total of 4 fouls have just been called, and we have 2:01 remaining in this third quarter. So again, wipe off the shot, still an 11-point lead, 48-37. Vermillion Tanagers lead it by 11 as they look over to the coaching staff to get the play call in. Saunders has it with the right-handed dribble. Bounce pass down to Dylan Gestring. Gestring at the low block. Now try a no-look pass to Sorensen. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by Cale Lundeen. Nice job by Cale to reach in and make sure Sorensen couldn't grab it with both hands. 48-37. Saunders will get it in to Dobney. Dobney now down to the lane with Gestring. Gestring has it knocked away from him. Loose basketball, though, picked up by Sorensen at the block. Sorensen battling tough, puts up his shot, gets it to fall. Nick Sorensen, 5 points for him in the ball game. Here come the Titans quickly. Glanzer goes up with a shot, going to be fouled from behind, and he'll head to the free throw line. Great job by Gabe Glanzer to drive quickly on Vermillion, trying to skirt back on defense. And he'll shoot 2. The foul, by the way, comes against Connor Saunders, just his first personal and the second team foul. So again, Glanzer is shooting 2. First free throw off the mark. And T continues to struggle. They are now 0 of 3 from the free throw line. Second one upcoming. 50-37. Free throw is up, and this one is able to fall for Gabe Glanzer. 50-38, 1:25, third quarter. Domney with a left-handed dribble. Gets a screen, kind of, from Dylan Gestry. Will put up a shot. It's going to be blocked, though, in the lane by the Titans. Loose basketball picked up by Blake Thompson. Now over the corner. Gabe Grant here right now. They have it with Worth. Worth drives down to the elbow on the near side. Turnaround jumper. This one off the mark. Loose basketball picked up by Jake Jensen. Here go. Defense from offense. Jake Jensen end to end. Up and this one rims in and out. He's going to get back his own rebound. Back out to Domney. Domney wide open three off the mark. And a foul was called. How about this? It's rare, but it's the second time Vermillion will head to the free throw line to shoot not one, not two, but three. Last time, Noah Gilbertson did it. And the second quarter, by the way, he made all three. Here we go. First one for Domney. Knocks it down. Domney's had himself a ball game 17, and with that made free throw, make it 18. 53-41, 6:51, fourth quarter. Here comes number 2. It's up and gets it to fall. Can Vermillion on free throws, on three-point attempts, go 6 of 6. Third one is going to be knocked down. And with that, 20 points from Jacob Domney, 55-41. And quickly, here come the Titans. They know they need to start chipping away at this 14-point lead that Vermillion has. Corner pocket three, off the mark, easily falls into the hands of Jake Jensen. And it has that feel now that Vermillion is going to slowly start pumping the brakes as they see the stop sign in front of them. Now Domney has it along the far wing. He almost loses the basketball, but finds Saunders with the pass. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Noah Gilbertson pump fakes the three. He was never going to take it. Now back out to Jake Jensen. Jensen inside the lane. Now over to Gestring. Corner pocket three for him. Knocks it down. Dylan Gestring, welcome back, sir. 12 points for him. And it's going to be a pass knocked out quickly by Connor Saunders. 58-41. And now head coach Drew Weber wants a full timeout. We'll take the Culligan water break as the Tanagers faithful rise to their feet. A 17-point lead. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Tanager Basketball on ESPN.
Pump up your car, coolers, and tummy with Pump and Pack in Vermillion. Whether you're coming or going, we are here for you when you need us with what you need. Grocery items, beer, snacks, fuel, wine, hot dogs, pizza by the slice, and now for real ice cream smoothies and shakes, cookie dough, strawberry banana, and even mocha latte. We are open when you need us 24 hours a day with what you need at Pump and Pack on West Cherry Street in Vermillion.
Vermillion starting to extend their lead. Here in the fourth quarter, they lead it by 17 points, 58-41. And this has just been another great performance after it was a close one. After one quarter, 16-14, but Vermillion outscored T in that second quarter, 20-9. T has gotten it down as close to as 9, but that is it. And they now trail themselves by 17 at the 6:03 mark in this fourth quarter. Lundeen has it at the top of the key. We'll kick it now over to Austin Lake. Back to Lundeen, all the way over corner three from Jeff Worth. This one front iron, tips around and falls into the hands of the Titans for an offensive rebound. Back out to Garrett Colback. Now passing around. Colback once again. He's got 15 in the ball game. Free throw line back out, trying to make something happen. Driving in now over to Ellingson. Ellingson, shot is never going to count as a foul was called. Noah Gilbertson tried to take a charge in the lane. Not going to work. He picks up the foul instead. It is the fourth team foul. As I mentioned, the second one on Gilbertson. It's along the baseline. The Titans will get it in quickly to Garrett Colback. Now working underneath to Ellington, but he can't control the hot pass. And it's a turnover. It's a Domney low look pass to Gestring. Shot blocked from behind, but he's headed to the free throw line and shows the mark of frustration as he wishes he would have gotten that one. So he will head to the free throw line to shoot two. As the foul, by the way, called on Austin Lake, his third personal, and now the fifth team foul on the Titans. Here he comes, the first free throw, and knocks it down. 13 points. We've heard so often in our pregame interviews and even postgame that Dylan Gestring hasn't been the same to begin this season. Well, right now, he's getting back to the old Gestring that we remember him from last season with 13 points. Then free throw, this one off the mark, but still 13 is a season high for him right now. 59-41, 5:24 fourth quarter. It's controlled with the Titans. It's Garrett Colbeck. He's pressured by Dobney. Now over to the corner. Jeff Worth spinning back out to Colbeck. Off balance three. Off the mark. Cade Ellington, though, the rebound. And now driving. Trying to go up with a shot. A foul called. A foul called that will go against Vermillion as they were able to try to stop Jeff Worth on the drive. But he's able to draw the contact. The foul, by the way, came against the Tanagers. So now it's controlled with Vermillion. They move it around with the Titans. Colbeck wide open three. He knocks it down. And a quick timeout called by Drew Weber. How about this, though? From Garrett Colbeck. They need someone to step up. 18 points from Garrett Colbeck tonight. And guess how many points he has gotten from beyond the three-point line. All 18 have been. 59-44, as it was a quick timeout after the made three by head coach Drew Weber. We're going to keep it right here on ESPN 101.5 AM 1570 and online at kvtk.com. Big thanks to Suki Ford once again helping out with the camera, and thanks to Fuller Digital Solutions helping provide the video stream tonight here at the T High School. And always just a wonderful facility, T is, and always great hospitality to have us come in and always help out with these amazing broadcasts. Well, we have a quick look at from scores in the state of South Dakota, scores of interest inside the DAC-12. Right now, Lennox leads over Mount Vernon Plankington 48-46 as they begin the fourth quarter. Another game of interest, Hanson leads over Parkston 31-21. Again, Vermillion boys back in action against Parkston on Friday night. And also Dakota Valley leads over Sergeant Bluff Lawton of Iowa 26-24 at the end of one. How about that? 50 points in one quarter. 59-44, inbound pass for Vermillion and a quick foul given against the Titans. The foul will be called against Braden Beach as he checks in for the first time. And that will be the 16th foul on the Titans. Head coach Drew Weber calling out some instructions. The press is on by the Titans. They know they need something, but Vermillion easily breaks it. Now Dylan Gestring, bounce pass over to Gilbertson. He wasn't ready for it. Loose basketball is going to be picked up by the Titans. 59-44, 4:42, fourth quarter. Passing to Ellington's going to be stolen away, though, by now Noah Gilbertson. End-to-end action, and nobody putting up any shots. It's going to be with Saunders. Up to now, driving Domney as he dribbles it back out, as the Tanagers can bleed this clock even more. 4:23 fourth quarter with a 15-point lead. Dylan Gestring is now going to drive, put up a little floater at the block, and gets it to fall. Dylan Gestring continues to have himself a great ball game. 15 points now for him. 61-44. Driving, back out, corner three, fakes it once. Now Beach is going to drive, back out to Thompson, to the top to Lundeen. Lundeen, foot on the line, off the mark though, and then a foul called against Noah Gilbertson as he went up against the big lineman of Caden Ellington and tried to push him out of the way. Head coach Jay Drake can't believe it. And it will be Gilbertson's third personal foul. And Coach Drake still can't believe it. 61-44, 3:55 fourth quarter. Trying to get a pass to Ellington, and this one is going to be stolen away, and then Ellington forces or knocks over Jake Jensen, runs him over, trying to get the loose basketball right back. And it will be Ellington picking up, I believe, his now third personal foul. Yes. And it will be number 7, so it's bonus the rest of the way for the Vermillion Tanagers. And now the officials are getting together at half court and discussing. So now we're going to get a correction as the officials, what are they going to do here? They're going to send Vermillion back to the baseline and say it is foul number 7, but Vermillion shouldn't get a 1-and-1. So 61-44, 3:53 fourth quarter. Everything sorted out, and now a pass up to Connor Saunders. Trying to jump the pass is Austin Lake as he commits the foul. And now we'll finally travel the length of the court to see Connor Saunders shoot a 1-and-1. 3:50 in this fourth quarter right now. Vermillion is on their way to getting another win and remaining undefeated on the season, 5-0. As we'll see Austin Lake come out with 4 personal fouls, and it'll be Lake Thompson who will come in for him. First free throw for Connor Saunders, knocks it down, his first points of this second half, giving me now 11 for the ball game. 62-44. 3:50 fourth quarter. Second free throw, knocks him down both. Saunders, 12 for the ball game, 63-44, 19-point lead. End-to-end action now from Jeff Worth. Back out to Lundeen. Now a three-pointer from Austin Lake. Back iron off the mark, and just the live and die by the three-point line. For a second, the third quarter, you thought the Titans might just be able to do so, but in this fourth quarter, they have shown that they can't. And now trying to get it across the timeline, Thompson is able to draw a foul as Domney tries to come through him. Jacob Domney picks up his third personal in the 16th foul. 63-44, 3:30 fourth quarter. It's not over with yet, but the Titans need a lot very, very quickly. Three-pointer, this one knocked down. Big three-pointer from Jeff Worth. 63-47. Domney, double team in the backcourt. Now to Jake Jensen. He's double team. Trying to get it up to Dylan Gestring. It's going to be a kick ball by Jeff Worth. Just trying to stop any movement of the ball forward. 63-47, 3:12. It'll be Jake Jensen who will have it right in front of the Titan bench. Get it into Domney. Domney has a double team. Still Domney. He splits the double team and will get it into the front court. Still Domney. Back behind finally to Connor Saunders. Now Saunders drive, put up a shot, can't get the fall, but draws contact, and he will head to the free throw line. 3:02 fourth quarter. And it's a foul that will be called on Austin Lake, and that is now number 5. And Austin Lake will foul out of the basketball game. Representing his points tonight is the same as his jersey number, just 3. They came back in the second quarter from beyond the three-point line. Now Gabe Galanzer will check in, and we'll see Braden Beach also come out. So we also see, I believe it was Garrett Colbeck who also checked in. So 2 substitutions made for the Titans. 63-47, first free throw on 2 for Saunders. Makes the first one, 13 for him in the ball game. All 3 in this fourth quarter from the charity stripe. 64-47. Second free throw, this one off the mark, and rebound by Lundeen for the Titans. Quickly in the front court is Jeff Worth. They're going to get it to Thompson. Thompson to the top of the key. Now over to the near corner with Lundeen. Back out to Jeff Worth with the right-handed dribble. Titans are moving around. Finally a heave of a three-pointer off the mark, and Jake Jensen with the rebound. Jensen, double team, and you're going to make a bad pass to Lundeen. Lundeen drives in, puts off the glass, and good for 2. It doesn't look like Jake Jensen made any contact, but they're going to call a foul instead on Jake Jensen, as the 2 points will count. As Cale Lundeen makes it now 10 points for him in the ball game. And now trying to make it 11, trying to complete the three-point play. 64-49 to cut it down to 14, knocks it down. It's Lundeen. Jensen to Dobney. Dobney is going to be fouled immediately. And with this foul, it should be, I believe, double bonus. The foul, by the way, will come against Beach. That one is foul, as I mentioned, number 10. 64-50, so Vermillion will be shooting double bonus the remaining of this fourth quarter, and we're at the 2:34 mark. What a great performance, though, by Vermillion and really getting it done tonight with a lot of different scores. As Dobney makes a first free throw, 21 points for him. But 21 points for Dobney, Saunders with 13, Gestring with 15. When it comes to the bench, just 5 points, and we've really seen these 5 stars play a majority of this game, but getting it done. As you can see, Jay Drake is really starting to tighten up that lineup that we've seen through the first 4 games. He's gone 9, even 10 deep. So far tonight, he's only gone to 7. Moving around quickly after the missed free throw and driving in, laying off the glass is Lundeen. 65-52. It's not over with yet. 13-point lead. Dobney breaks a triple team. Now to Gestring. Gestring easily off the glass. And when the Tanagers break the pressure, they have an easy chance at scoring. And now quickly the other way, Jeff Worth, he can't get his shot to fall. And now a foul called underneath the hoop against Noah Gilbertson. I should say the foul committed on Gilbertson. And he'll head to the free throw line. The foul tagged on Jeff Worth, which will be number 2 for him. As I mentioned, Noah Gilbertson, 9 points for him in the ball game, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, and he gets his first points since the second quarter, and he hits double figures. So 4 different Tanagers hitting double figures tonight, 4 of the 5 starters. Second free throw, knocks them down both. And now a timeout called by head coach Jay Drake. We'll take the timeout with them. You're listening to Tanager Basketball on ESPN. We're back in 30 seconds.
Vermillion Medical Clinic has an ongoing mission to provide areas with quality health care and convenient access to medical professionals. Our patients at Vermillion Medical Clinic value our dedicated primary care physicians, compassionate PAs, and consistently scheduled outreach specialty care. If you have health questions, need a screening, or have medical concerns for yourself or family members, call us for an appointment or visit VermillionMedicalClinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
Back at Thunder Alley, 69-52. Vermillion a 17-point lead right now, late in this fourth quarter. Vermillion looking like they're going to move to 5-0 unless we see one of the biggest miracles. And right now, that is a stretch, to say the least, from the T-Area Titans. And then we're at, again, the 2:03 mark. So 123 seconds separate Vermillion, ranked number 5 in Class A, moving to 5-0. According to the media rankings, here they come quickly, are the Titans. They need some quick buckets. Worth gets it to Lundeen. They move it around the perimeter. Now over to Thompson. Thompson is going to drive back out to Lundeen. Three-pointer from him. In and out, rebounded by Dylan Gestring. And 143, it's Jake Jensen who has it. Bounce pass up to Noah Gilbertson. Gilbertson, now a pass that's going to be stolen away by Gabe Glanzer. Here come Titans. Quickly spin the lane. Lundeen easily a floater as Vermillion trying to ice this one, but Titans just keep throwing late punches. Now it's up to Gilbertson. Gilbertson too strong off the glass, and a late whistle blowing as a foul that will come against Cale Lundeen. And it will send Noah Gilbertson to the free throw line. We mentioned it, the T-Area Titans are going to fall to 0-4, but they have faced top-ranked teams so far this season. Dakota Valley, number 1. Del Rapids at the time was number 2. Sioux Valley the other night, when they lost to them on a buzzer beater, was number 5. Sioux Valley moves up in the rankings this week to Sioux Valley was number 4, and they retained their position. And Vermillion now number 5 in Class A. And with the made free throw, head coach Drew Weber is going to call off the Dogs and bring in the second team. As again, Gilbertson will attempt a second free throw. But nothing ever before, I don't think, has been seen in Class A. 4 games, 4 ranked opponents. And that does come with a game that was canceled in there as well against Garrettson, unfortunately, for the Titans. 71-54. Pass now that's going to be stolen away. Dobney will go end-to-end and lay it off the glass. And good for 2. 23 points for him in the ball game. And then a late foul that is committed on the Titans, and it will send Domney to the free throw line, try to complete a three-point play. And now Jay Drake will send in his backups as everyone on the Tanager bench and many of the Vermillion fans get on their feet and applaud this starting five of Vermillion as they're able to get another big victory, 73-54. We still have 1:08 left to play. What a great fourth quarter by the Tanagers as well, just balanced scoring. Missed free throw from Domney, 73-54, a 19-point lead. As again, we see the second team of the Titans right now on the court. Moving it around the court is Cabe Grant, puts up a shot, this one off the mark. And now we're going to see a stoppage in play just to get that final substitution as Jeremy Crow comes in. And it will be Jacob Domney who will come off again to a standing applause. What a great performance from Jacob Domney, 73-54. Coming up, the First Dakota National Bank post-game show exclusively on ESPN 101.5 AM 1570. And you can still hear online at kvtk.com. TJ Tracy gets a pass, wasn't ready for it, somehow falls into his hands. Now here come the Titans quickly the other way. Reverse layup, and this one's good for Reese Chrisman. He has 8 points in the ball game, 6 coming back in that first quarter. 73-56. The shot clock is off. Vermillion can hold now just for that last second shot, or excuse me, not even a last second shot. Just hold for the win. 73-56. What a great performance. A 17-point victory for the Vermillion Tanagers. Again, if you look at the final score, it looks like another big win for Vermillion. Almost kind of a blowout, but it was anything but. They had to grind it out, and they do so against the T-Area Titans. 73-56 is the final. We're going to take a 3-minute break. When we come back, we'll have our conversation with head coach Jay Drake, a look at the final statistics, and much more. That's all coming up on the First Dakota National Bank postgame show on ESPN 101.5 AM 1570 and online at kvtk.com.